Welcome to Shop on TV. I'm Hayley Green.
And I'm Sean Crawley.
Together we're Shaylee, and together we have got a brand new show for you. We are so super excited. Are you desperate to declutter? Do you really want to get rid of all that rubbish around the home? You're thinking, oh my goodness, perhaps you've got lots of bits and pieces that have been left to you and they're in a box that you haven't emptied for ages. We can actually make some of your items in your home into money.
Make money for you. That's the great thing. We are talking not about our website tonight.
No.
You need to go to vintagecashcow.co.uk when you get there. In fact, take a look at it straight away because we've got an exclusive offer for you. It's the easy way to sell your items in one go. It's about taking no risk whatsoever, but making money, isn't it?
The amazing thing is, absolutely everything is free. And there's a no obligation service. There's a free valuation. You get a free postage pack. You don't have to pay for postage. You send it off. You then get the valuation. You decide if you're happy with that price. And if you are, you can actually get that money that day. But if you're not, they'll actually send all your items back free of charge.
No risk whatsoever, is
And the wonderful thing as well is they're insured during that transportation as well, which is incredible.
They certainly are. And we've got an exclusive offer. So whatever the value of your box that you send to Vintage Cash Cow, if you use our code, you will get an extra £25 on that offer.
So if my box is worth £50, you're going to give me actually £75.
£75.
You're going to add on 25. So if my box is worth £100,
you get £125.
I mean, that is amazing. So jot down that code. I'll take a photo of that page just to remind you. Either go onto the website or they're on the phones as well, aren't they?
Yes, the team are there right now. They're right through the night with us.
Got Dennis.
We've got Dennis there, Greg's there, Trent's there, Holly's there. The whole team are there waiting to take your calls. 0800 246 5508. That's 0800 246 5508. Even a free phone number. There's no risk whatsoever when it comes to Vintage Cash Cow. VintageCashCow.co.uk if you want to go to the website.
It could be your decluttering, it could be your downsizing. There's so many reasons that we want to get rid of. Perhaps you've got a box in the attic you haven't looked at for years, or it's in the shed. Or perhaps items under your dressing table. And you think, well, actually, I've never touched those. Costume jewellery, real jewellery, gold,
silver,
honestly,
diamonds.
The list goes, and it's all on the website as well. So if you're thinking, I wonder what we'll talk about it all through the show. But if you want to look right now, you can see exactly what they will accept and exactly what they won't accept. So you can see really the easiest way is the things they don't really accept are things that are going to break in the post, like your china and your things like that, and clothes and things and records and things like that. But if you've got some really great jewellery, costume jewellery, real gold, silver, honestly, whatever you're looking at, take a look on the website. Where do we look, Sean?
Right there at the top on the left, it says items we buy. Have a little scroll through. See all items would be my advice. Just there at the bottom of the drop down, and then scroll through the pages and you'll see everything.
Cameras. I bet loads of you have probably got old cameras at home. I look at this and I can see all of these items in my mum's home right now. We could fill a box in an instant, and you can actually fill a box up to 30 kilograms in weight. Perhaps you've got old clocks, perhaps you've got some brass there as well, perhaps you've got some diamonds, honestly. And the knowledge in vintagecashcow.co.uk is incredible. They have got over 250 years of expertise.
Experts who value everything. Now, I've just got to point out, very importantly, we have an exclusive phone number for you tonight. It's not the phone number on the website. It's either vintagecashcow.co.uk. It'll talk you through how easy it is to take advantage of the offer. But with the phone number, 0800 246 5508. Exclusive number for us tonight and for the next 24 hours to get that extra £25 on the value.
And we're here and we're busy already, and we haven't even met our guests yet, which is where we are going to start. You're going to learn more about Vintage Cash Cow. Great to have you with us, but fabulous to have our wonderful guests.
Our new friend. Well, not new when it comes to Anthony, because we've known you
for many years, haven't we?
Anthony's one of the founders, and we'll talk to Anthony in a second. And we're also joined by Vicky. We'll talk about your expertise in just a couple of moments. But Anthony, first of all, tell us who you are and how you're involved.
I'm involved. I'm a co-founder of the company that we set up in about 2013-14, which to give people an opportunity to be able to declutter the homes. realising that people have things that there's just nowhere to sell them.
Yeah.
So we put together Vintage Cash Cow, and I don't know what to say apart from it's a roaring success.
And it's so unique as well,
yeah.
because it's all these different items. It's not like you just specialise in gold and silver.
No. I think what's very special is that you can go anywhere and sell a piece of gold. You can go anywhere and sell a silver net. That's easy. But if you really want to declutter your home, which I'm sure Vicky will tell you about, if you really want to go and declutter your home, we are the only business that really trades in a range of products. And when I talk about costume jewellery, beads and bangles, silver-plated items, gold-plated, it doesn't have to be precious. Obviously, it helps if it is, but there's value in everything, whether it's an old medal, an old kettle. When I say a silver-plated kettle, not electronic, you know, brassware, old watches, pocket watches, working, not working. There's just such an array of items that we buy that you just can't take anywhere and sell, because nobody will buy a broken pocket watch off you.
That's the thing, it doesn't even have to work, does it? Which is amazing, which we absolutely love. We've got Vicky with us as well, and Vicky, very excited to meet you. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Oh yeah, excited to meet you guys too. I've been a professional organiser for just over 14 years now. That's when I started my business.
Right.
Now we're 15, a team of 15, and every single day we go into people's homes and help them declutter and organise.
It's huge this now, isn't it?
Massive. Back then, not so much.
Yeah.
14 years ago. It's a bit of a strange thing to start doing, but now, yeah, boom, it's everywhere, which is fantastic.
You've got involved with Vintage Cash Cow as the brand ambassador now, haven't you?
That's right, yeah, we first spoke, I'd say, about, what, 12 years ago?
You were just discussing, weren't you? It was about 12 years ago.
Before this all got like this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've known each other for quite a while, but without knowing, we knew each other just through phone calls.
Right.
Now, we're hearing already how busy we are on everything, so we want to run you through how easy it is to take advantage of the offer, but take advantage of it right now. Go on the website and order your free postage pack, or you can call the number. Remember, the team are in the call centre. Just there in the top right corner, it says, get your free postage pack.
So we just click onto that and it takes you to this page, and it's as simple as this. This is all completely free. So this is all the details we need?
Yeah, no risk whatsoever. All you've got to do, title, first name, surname, your address, your email address, and a contact number. It's safe and insured, free postage and returns. You can have a box weighing up to 30 kilos.
That's amazing.
All you supply is the box, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's all you need to do is supply the box, get it down to the post office, and if you can't get it down to the post office, you can actually get a home collection
But
service
very important,
too.
you see here, do you have a coupon code? This is really important.
Oh my goodness, this is the most important bit. So click onto that and you need to use the code.
The code is ShopOn. That's the code, and that will
And what's that going to do?
Well, it'll mean whatever value Vintage Cash Cow give you, they'll give you an extra £25.
Honestly, so if
on
you
the
send
box
a box
value.
in that's worth £50,
You get
they're
£75.
actually going to offer you £75. And the incredible thing is, if you decide that money is right for you, you will then be able to get that money virtually that day. It is absolutely phenomenal. And think about what you could use that for. That could be perhaps put towards a holiday. Perhaps you're thinking about a new phone, or actually perhaps it's that nice restaurant you'd like to go to
Nice
again.
dinner,
or
nice lunch.
kids' holidays, a day out.
Cheeky
Take
day
those
out,
kids
yeah.
out for the day, and actually you got the money from Vintage Cash Cow.
And it's things that you will have sat there in your home that aren't giving you any value. This is how you get the value out of it. And it's such a massive array of products,
It's
isn't it?
such a massive array, Anthony, isn't it?
Well, everybody has items at home that sit in drawers that they don't use, they don't need. They're either packed in wardrobes, they're packed in sheds or attics, and they've been sat there for years and years and years and years. And there's never a right time until there's a time, and it's very important that you get a nice array of goods, go around your house, pack everything up, get from the decluttering perspective, I'm not sure that you'll be able to tell us here, Vicky. You know, more and more people day in, day out just want want to declutter, get through the things. And people are fed up of throwing them away. People are fed up of leaving them in bags at charity shops, not knowing what, you know, and people are now starting to realise that these things have value. And obviously, you know, we can facilitate that. And like you were saying earlier, you know, it's very easy. You send the box to us, it comes in, it's fully tracked all the way, it's fully insured all the way. The box arrives with us, our professional appraisers go through it and look at the items. The minute they've gone through it, we give you a phone call, tell you how much the box is worth, and if you accept the offer, we just pay you the money immediately. It's in your bank account immediately, so the same day.
Amazing.
And if you decide you don't wish to sell it, there's no selling tactics, we simply just send it back free of charge.
So there's no obligation.
No,
there's
free.
no way we
Nothing.
can lose, is there? If
No,
we
no.
send for these labels today and send a
No.
box, there's no way you can lose.
Absolutely not.
And
Absolutely
if
not.
people
It's
might have
amazing.
seen you've had a lot of TV adverts.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot
And
of radio adverts.
Yeah.
And so it's great to be able to spend a longer amount of time to explain everything, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. I mean, and a lot of our people, from the minute if somebody signs up today and rings the phone number now and this get a pack
Gets the
out,
pack, yeah.
somebody will call them in a couple of days. They'll explain what to put in the box, what not to put in the box.
Great.
They'll explain what makes the box more valuable. You know, and it doesn't mean you can't send it because it isn't valuable, but they explain how you get the maximum amount of the service.
How you
for
can
yourself
boost your box
and
sort of
boost
thing.
the box up, and also, like you said, you know, if you get box worth 150, you're going to get 175 tonight with the code. So
That is amazing.
Win-win.
Remember, that is exclusive with us. You need to sign up tonight for it's all free, and you'll get free labels that you will pop onto your box. And if you want to boost that box, these are great items to put in, aren't they?
Oh yes, definitely, yeah. You know, anything's good to put in. There's nothing bad you can put in the box. What you don't want to do though is put one coin in. We don't just do single items. It's
Right.
all about decluttering, getting a few items together, some costume jewellery, silver-plated items, some binoculars, cameras. I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
I think you almost have to step out of your house, you know, shut the door, go back in, key in door, and start looking at your house in a
Right.
different way. Start noticing things that day to day you just kind of ignore, and
Yeah.
that's how to do it. And a big aim, I think, for so many people nowadays is experience over stuff. Do we want this stuff sitting on our shelves, or do we want to use the money that we're going to sell that stuff with and go away on a holiday? Oh,
That's
just
it.
some wonderful
That
experience.
stuff you don't look at can turn into money.
Exactly.
It's amazing,
and
isn't
in
it?
turn, a great experience.
And you were telling me you were so excited because you'd found what you thought was it a silver candlestick or something?
Well, when I like to try services and everything
Yeah.
before I recommend them to everyone, of
Yeah.
course. So way back, I was actually clearing a family member's house. Very sad time, but there was this drawer of cutlery. So I sort of phoned up and I was like, this is my perfect opportunity. They were like, send it in. So I did just that. I put a few things in a box, sent it off, got my valuation, my phone call. They said, unfortunately, it's not real silver, but it's silver plated, so we can still give you money for it. I thought, this is actually
Great.
amazing. I was like, yes. So the money, like you say, same day in the account.
And what did you use it for? You even remember what you used your money for?
Yeah, I took my family out for dinner because it was
How
nice
great
to do
is
that.
that?
I thought, brilliant.
Now, we've got to remind everybody, if you want to take advantage, you've got no risk whatsoever with these offers from Vintage Cash Cow. Everything's free. It's free to get the pack. It's free to make the phone call. If you change your mind and you don't want to take
They'll
advantage...
even send it back for free. Honestly, have a look around your home now. I bet lots of you, if you're like my mum, she's got boxes upstairs that you sort of inherited, and you don't want to throw them out. You want them to be repurposed, and all these items will tell you how they are repurposed.
Now, there's so many of you with us. It's lovely to have your company. If you've seen Vintage Cash Cow before, this is a great opportunity to see the full experience of how it works.
And don't forget, the extra is if you are sending for your postage pack and you send some items in, you will actually get an extra £25 added onto the value of your box. So if your box is worth £75 when they value it, they'll actually offer you £100.
A bonus £25. All you've got to do is use the code SHOPON. On the website, you'll see there's a little area to put in the coupon code. If you're on the phone, the team are all there.
They are.
Waiting to take your call. Dennis is there, Greg's there, Trent's there, Holly's there. A huge team waiting to take your calls. 0800 246 5508 is the phone number. And remember, that's an exclusive phone number. It's not the phone number on the website, so make sure you use that number,
And they'll be there
the team
till
will be there.
3 a.m. as well. So
Middle of the night, you're making them work in the middle of the night, Anthony.
My
Passion.
Are you feeding them?
Oh, would they get? Oh, they get. Well, everybody gets free food every day.
Happy day.
love
Now
it.
look at this. This is very important. Again, it explains everything's free. Free postage labels and selling guide. And when that comes through to you, as Anthony was saying, you'll get a call and the team will talk you through all the things to boost your box, as they say. But this is the welcome pack that you get once you send for it, and we'll just show you that in a second. vintagecashcow.co.uk. It arrives in a little envelope. Box it, send it, and sell it is the advice, and then it takes you through step by step. Lots of experts work with you as well, Anthony, for those valuations, don't they?
There are lots of experts. I mean, it's taken a long time to get the crew together, but we've now got some people. We've got over 250 years of experience in people.
Amazing.
So if somebody sends some beads, we've got a bead expert. If somebody sells a doll, we've got a toy and doll expert. So we've got somebody in all the fields of the product that we offer to buy.
Now, just hearing there's a couple of issues with the phone number at the moment. So what we would tell you to do, I think it's because
Too
there are so
busy, I
many
think.
people trying to get on there. The easiest way to do it is the website, www. A lot of W's there. vintagecashco.co.uk. When you go through, it's as simple as this. All you've got to do is click on that button on the top right-hand side, and it takes you through and it asks these very, very simple details. Just your name, your address, your email address, your contact number. But very important, do you have a coupon code? Yes, you do. Shop On is your coupon code, and that will give you an extra £25 on the value of your box.
And that's exclusive to ShopOnTV. But remember, you do go to vintagecashcow.co.uk and just use that code SHOP. Oh, no W's. we don't need to W's.
The W gang.
No W's required.
The bubble use. Let's have a little look at just some of the items you might be able to send in, because this, I think, gives you a great idea of what you can put into your box. Because I would never have thought of notes.
Oh, banknotes. We buy tons in weight. Tons of banknotes.
It's like foreign notes and things.
Well,
that
people
we just
have come back from holiday. You must remember. And then with the euro starting. So all the currencies from Europe have just coins, notes, everything.
We've got a bag by our passport.
Well, exactly. There you go. Like, so we'll buy guilders and Deutschmarks, and we'll buy, all the currencies that were there before
and that
the
drawer
euro.
doesn't shut, so if I got rid of all that.
Well, there you go. So that's all coming.
My drawers
every time I see you, send another box.
Absolutely. My mum was so excited. She was like, oh my, and my Auntie Sylve wants to know all about it as well. So we've got watches. Now, watches, do they have to be working watches?
No, they don't have to be working. You can have a watch that's working, you can have a watch that isn't working. But I can show you a watch on there that's worth £5, and I can show you a watch that we bought at Vintage Cash Cow that's worth £10,000.
No way.
It's not dependent. We're as happy to buy one for £5 as we are to buy one for 10,000. So there's no, we're not saying we want you to send that they have to be the best in the world. Whatever you've got, if they're there, you put them in the box, you send them, we value them, and we'll buy the items from you.
And when you're putting your box together, we talked about boosting your box. What kind of things would you say?
Well, we're going to show you that a little bit later.
Am I getting ahead of the game?
I think this watch over here would boost my box. But then you've got costume jewellery.
Well, somebody sent this watch to us.
Did they realise that it was worth so much?
I think they knew, but I don't think they actually knew what they were going to get. And when they got the amount, they were gobsmacked.
I bet.
So, it's a strange thing, because somebody might have been given a watch or left a watch. They might have not a receipt or the paperwork, and then you've got to explain to them. And then when you tell somebody and you give somebody a 5-figure sum for something, it's kind of.
Can you imagine if I do something really exciting like that?
I watched a couple of reviews online, independent reviews, and people were like, "Oh, we got way more than we thought we were going to get."
Yeah.
I mean, you can't always look. It's also very subjective, and you can't tell because you can have that in silver and it's worth £200 or £300, but you can have it in silver plate and it's worth 10.
Of course.
So, but somebody may look at this and think, oh, there's a hallmark. But as Vicky was saying, she sent what she thought was silver, and it was silver plated. Now, if
But you still offered them
but we still offer some money for it, and that's why we say, you've got to put some more.
That's it.
As much as
And what if they change their mind? What if they think, oh, I shouldn't have put that in, or I could do? Oh no, I don't know.
No, we just send it back. If they don't want to sell it, we just send the items back.
That's free as well.
That's free. It's free coming in, free going out. If you take the offer, you get paid. And about 82% of people that send a box are happy to take the offer. And then if they don't, we send the goods back. We're not about keeping it, you know, we just send them back.
Yeah.
And the thing I love as well, and looking at all these items on the table, we've got watches, we've got costume jewellery. Oh, we've got some pocket watches. They're cute.
Yeah. That's a silver one. The one next to it's a gold-plated one.
Right.
You know, and there were literally thousands and millions of these made. So this watch here, this silver-plated one here, this is probably from about 1900, 1910,
Wow.
1920. This watch here, they literally made millions and millions and millions of them because it was only present to give a man.
Right.
So you'd get one on Father's Day, you'd get one for Christmas,
Yeah.
you'd get one at every time. And this is an old pocket watch that's in silver. Now that isn't actually working; it's broken. So that's really just worth its silverware. Plus, it's got a value for its movement as well.
Right.
So that goes in a box. So if somebody was sending this, they might put another box, another watch with it. They might put some brass candlesticks and
brass.
some.
I bet loads of people have got brass.
Lots,
That they don't
silver
really.
bits.
You have to clean it all the time, don't you?
And silver-plated item. I mean, that
Yeah.
one's silver-plated. You have to clean it if you don't sell it. So the mix of items, as much of a mix as you can possibly get. You know, that's the
And
best
you've
way
got medals and things there.
medals and all sorts of things, buttons, military things. It's just, you know, that's quite an expensive one actually, is that one? But
Nothing.
I went straight for that one.
did?
you know, Hayley?
Perhaps I could be a valuer.
You've got a route around your home.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Well,
and I bet
haven't
loads
you?
of people have got bits like. I bet being a declutterer, you see stuff like this in so many people's homes, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, it's like I said earlier, sort of sometimes on shelf, sometimes visible, but so much of the time it's when we're
That
going
drawer,
through the
yeah.
attic or the back of the drawer, or and so many like, oh, I forgot I had that, and out pops like a little bag of jewellery or silverware or something.
And you've no idea, have you, what the value? That's why it's great to have guys
that's
like
it,
you.
Yeah, well, look, it's also you'll get a bag of coins. You know, there might be a bag of coins, there might be a bag of banknotes, there might be, and it's all about getting the best experience by getting everything together, all in one go, getting it packed, getting it wrapped, and it doesn't matter if it's costumed and it doesn't matter if it's silver plate.
No, put it in.
It doesn't matter because it's not all about it being extremely valuable. It's the benefit you get out of decluttering as well. Not just it isn't just a monetary thing.
No,
There's a
I think
feeling
there's
of,
a peace of mind, isn't there, with a cleaner comb? When we've just
Totally.
painted the landing and things, so we really cleaned up the kitchen and we got them to paint that as well. And it's just so calm now when you walk in because the clutter's gone.
It's such a different feeling, such a different energy, and you know the benefits of decluttering. You know your productivity levels, your work that you're doing, everything. It's so much
Being
more
able to
positive.
find
And if you're
everything.
working from home, oh
Things.
yes,
You said about it,
yeah.
like,
But I
I
know
wanna
that
clean
brass
100.
drives my mum mad because you have to clean it all the time.
Yeah.
It could be giving you money. Now remember, do order, and to order you don't go to our website, you go to vintagecashcow.co.uk. You're going to sign up, and all you're signing up completely free of charge to your free postage pack.
Yeah, just
So-
on the top right there, you see
That
get your free
greens,
postage
yeah.
pack. That takes you through to this page that you see here. All we're looking for is your name, your surname, your address, your email address, your contact number, but very important, we've got that exclusive coupon code. I would say do it tonight. There's no risk whatsoever. Just put shop on in coupon code and that will take you through, and whatever value Vintage Cash Cow give you on your box. So if they value your box at £100, you'll get a bonus £25, £125 on top. But that £25 bonus is there for you as long as you use the code SHOPON. Now, phone-wise, I believe the phone and the call centre are back. If you want to phone rather than use the website, you can. vintagecashcow.co.uk for the website. But if you want to use the phone, 0800 246 5508 is
And the
phone
team
number.
are there till
They're ready.
3 a.m. ready and waiting for you. So please do jump on the phone. So many of you already ordered your postage pack. And remember, you've got nothing to lose. Everything is absolutely free. Even if you decide the value of the box isn't the value you wanted, they will return that box free of charge as well. So jump on the phones, jump on the website, take a photo of that page with your mobile right now. You'll get your free postage labels and a selling guide, which will talk you through everything they do accept, the things they don't accept, and that's all on the website as well.
You can see that on the website. So it's as simple as this. Box it, carefully pack your unwanted valuables into a box. You send it. The box is free, it's safe, and it's insured. All you've got to do is supply the box and then sell it. Get your fair, no obligation offer in just 3 days. And remember, if you decide, I don't agree with that offer, you can get it back free of charge as well. So there's no risk whatsoever. That's why so many people are going for this offer.
They're going to
right
box
now.
it, send it and sell it. How great is that? And all things that you've been tripping over, that have been driving you mad, that you've been cleaning. That box upstairs that you've never opened for years could be making you money, which is incredible.
Now, there's been lots of reviews and lots of testimonials.
Just a few thousand.
Yes. So let's take a look at one of them, and this one's from David.
Hello and welcome. My name is David. I'm from Hillingdon in Middlesex, and I'm going to talk to you about my wonderful experiences with Vintage Cash Cow, who I've used probably about 6 times now. It's a straightforward, easy process. You just put all your items in a box and put the labels on, take it to the post office, or you can they will arrange a courier to pick the box up from your house. You just send it off, and then within a few days they ring you with a valuation. So straightforward, you can either accept that or not, and then the money goes straight into your bank account within about 24 hours. The staff are excellent. Whenever I ring up, they're always so informative and knowledgeable and really helpful. I've sent a mixture of items of vintage watches, binoculars, sunglasses, lighters. I had so much stuff. I was really pleased that it was so easy to just move it all in one hit rather than try and sell the items individually. Great service. Love Vintage Cash Cow. Would always use them now. Can't recommend them enough. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.
And we've seen and looked at so many of those, you know, just
when
doing
we
our
knew
own
we were going to be doing the show, yeah.
And we're like, oh my goodness, and people are so surprised that the money they can get for things they possibly would have just thrown away and it would have gone into landfill.
Or it just sits there, and it is clutter in your house, so you're decluttering and you're making that bonus bit of
Perhaps
money.
you're downsizing actually as
Yes,
well,
that's
and
a
you
great
need
one.
to get rid of things because you're going into a smaller home, and you know the things you don't bother with, don't you? Like Vicky said earlier, go outside, shut the door, open the door again, and look at all the things that you actually haven't looked at or touched in years.
Now we're going to take a look at, who are we looking at? Heather next. This is what Heather had to say when it came to Vintage Cash Cow. Take a little look.
Hello, I'm Heather from Glasgow. I recently had some items that were taking up space and of no interest to any of the younger family members. Just some jewellery and knick-knacks. I gave Vintage Cash Cow a call and received the paperwork within a day or two. I got a box and I wrapped everything securely and took to the post office. The prepaid labels were so helpful, and the lady in the post office seemed to know the procedure well. In a couple of days I got a call from a nice chap who mentioned the items that I had sent, and I got a cash offer there and then. Having no sentimental value to anyone else, I accepted the offer and the money was paid into my account the very same day. It was so easy. I'm now looking for more items to send. I would recommend this to anyone. There's no problem if you don't get what you had hoped for. They will send your items back to you with no charge. I'd say give it a try. You might just be quids in.
I like that. You might just be quids in. That's good advice.
Absolutely. And that could be you then doing a 5-star review because you rang up tonight or you actually signed up tonight. Everything is free, remember. You'll get free labels. All you need to do is provide the box and put the items in the box, stick that label on, take it down to the post office. It's actually sent for free.
The other thing is that it's brilliant is if you don't want to go down to the post
or you
office,
can't, perhaps.
You can have a home collection. You can arrange a home collection for your box. They'll come and get it from you.
Which is amazing.
Also free.
I know. And then they'll get in touch with you in about 7 days-ish, working days, give you a value for your box. They've got the expertise to value all the items that you put in. And then if you're happy with that price, you can actually get that money on that day.
How brilliant is that?
And if you think, well, actually, no, I shouldn't have sent that in. No, I've changed my mind. I wanted more. Then they'll actually send it back for
free.
You've got nothing to lose, and that's why these 5-star reviews are amazing. So take a look at some other 5-star reviews that have been sent in as well. I'll let you read that, Sean, because that's particularly small.
Let's take a little look. This one is from Donna. I was over the moon with my offer. I think I was nervous and didn't have very high expectations, but when Callum rang this morning, he explained everything so well and seemed genuinely keen to help. Thank you. That was from Donna there. I think we've got another one to take a look at. Remember, these are Trustpilot reviews. Huge amount of reviews as well.
Yeah, just a few. There's over 16,000 Trustpilot reviews and rated 4.6 out of 5.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Kay Proud says this: very quick service and friendly, respectful phone call about my belongings. I would definitely recommend Vintage Cash Cow to my friends and to my family.
And you won't be the first. There's over 500,000 customers, over 20 million pounds
That's been paid out. That's brilliant.
Which is amazing, isn't it?
Fantastic.
And that money, that could be money that you could then put towards a holiday, a day out. Perhaps the kids are driving you mad, but you'd love to take them to that amazing
a theme park. Haley doesn't know what they are.
I don't know what they are because they make me feel sick. But a theme park or something like that on a roller coaster.
Yes, please.
But you might want to take them to that, and of course that could be money to pay for your day out or a meal out. I'd rather have a meal out.
Yeah, we can have that as well, hopefully.
Or towards a holiday, towards a new phone.
And remember that exclusive
outfit,
bonus.
Some new shoes.
She's shopping. She's spending it already, look.
Oh, my word.
Exclusive bonus.
And it's just been sat on the shelf for all that time. And the other great thing is you will actually get an extra £25 on your box price. So if Vintage Cash Cow say, well, actually, your box was worth £100, we're going to give you £125 for it. But that is exclusive with us. You need to use that code SHOPON. That is exclusive to us here on ShopOnTV. Remember to go onto their website, go onto their phone lines and do it tonight. Get those labels.
Hundreds of you have already taken advantage, remember. It's the next 24 hours to get that offer, but do it now.
Yeah,
Definitely
do it now. Definitely do it now. You've got time then to get everything sorted. They give you 30 days to send your box in, so there's no big rush, but you do want to definitely sign up tonight. Because tomorrow you might forget, might you? Might be too late. You know what we're like. Tomorrow will be really busy. Do it right now. It's free. Yeah. You can't go wrong.
No risk.
No.
Absolutely brilliant. Free. It's as simple as that. You can call our exclusive number, remember, for 24 hours, 0800 246 5508. You can go to the website. That's the easiest way, to be honest, vintagecashcow.co.uk, and you will get your free postage labels and your selling guide that comes through, and it tells you everything that you need to know. Brilliant. It's so good because there's no risk whatsoever, and that's why hundreds of you are taking advantage.
The only thing that might happen is you might be given a nice lot of money.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. You can't go wrong. And if you decide it's not right, then they'll send the box back. There's no way you can lose. If you've got any questions, do email in and we'll ask the questions to the guys whilst they're here. But honestly, the website is absolutely amazing and the guys on the phones are brilliant as well. The website tells you everything, but if you've got any quick questions for the guys on the phones, but they are really busy. We're busy on the phones and on the website. Now we've got another guest.
Hey, it's all happening in here. We turn around and someone else arrives. Hello, Mark.
Hello.
Now, Mark, you're one of the experts that we've been talking about, aren't you?
I certainly am, yep. I get called in to have a look at the nice pieces of jewellery, some of the medals, quite an array of different things.
OK, and that's your area.
Has that been your background for a long time?
Over 40 years in the business.
Fantastic.
Started through my grandfather to my father, then on to me.
So if people are sending things in to Vintage Cash Cow and perhaps they've got a good value, the great thing is the boxes are insured, aren't they?
They are insured, and it's very important nowadays because if you don't know what's being sent in, you want to make sure you've got that cover, and Vintage Cash Cow provide it. They're one of the few companies that actually do it and do it correctly.
Brilliant.
I love that. That's so important, isn't it? Because it is something that you really value.
Yes.
And you want to know that it's insured in that transit, and it is up to £10,000 with Vintage Cash Cow as well. If you do want to email in, we'd love to hear from you if you have any questions, but you come directly to us for that. ShopOnTV, studio@shopontv.co.uk. Was it Sharon who's emailed it? Sharon's emailed in and said, what about if I want more labels? But you can get them.
You can order as many labels as you like, but that extra special deal, that £25, is one per household.
But you can get
extra labels. That is a real special, but you can get extra labels. If when you start to declutter, you've actually got quite a lot of stuff. Remember, you can can do one box, 30 kilograms. So that's quite a good weight,
That's
isn't it?
a real good
That's
weight.
about my suitcase for holiday.
It pretty much is. Always excess baggage with this one, as you can imagine.
That's quite a lot. That can all be in that one box. But yeah, you can always get extra labels and extra labels in the future. But that is an exclusive deal if you sign up tonight using that shop on to get that extra £25 on your actual box price, which is amazing. Have a little look at some of the items, because they're items you might think, oh, I've got that at home, or that teapot drives me mad cleaning that. I've got some medals upstairs, I'm sure, in a box I never look at. Costume jewellery, you're joking, really. What about gold, silver? All of these items, honestly, go onto the website. The list is never ending.
It really is. And don't forget, if you can't get to the post office, Vintage Cash Cow also offer a pickup service, which is also free, which is why we love it. Now, Vicky's also here with us. Your expertise, your background is all about decluttering, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right.
And this is a perfect hand-in-hand journey.
Total perfection.
Well, that's how you met Vintage Cash Cow, isn't it?
It is. When they first started, I actually spoke to Anthony and we just had a quick conversation over the phone. I think it was just him and I was just me at the time. And now, you know, obviously he's grown and grown and grown, and I've grown and grown and grown.
Fabulous.
So yeah, we go way back. But it's all about the decluttering. That's where it all starts.
And where would you find, you'll know because you've been in loads of people's houses, where would you find items that would be ideal to put into your box?
I would say, I mean, the first sort of most obvious one would be on shelves as decorations, but ones that kind of like ornaments almost, but people forget they're even there. And if you said, oh, that's nice, they'd be like, oh, I forgot that was there.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point, in a way. You know, do you want to sell these items and get something and do something and swap the stuff for an experience, something you've just forgotten.
Yeah, I love what you said about experiences, because a lot of people now, it is all about
memories,
living life and memories, isn't it?
Completely.
Making memories.
But also, you know, in a loft, in a deep, dark box that you haven't looked in for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. It's easy.
My mum's still got about 4 boxes of things she inherited. Doesn't want to give them away, wants them to go to a home as such.
Yeah.
And that's the really nice thing, isn't it, Mark? Everything is repurposed, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everything that comes to Vintage Cash Cow finds a good home.
I like that.
Like that.
Finds a good home. And, you know, nowadays it's very important. And we want the people who send these items in to know that they are going to the right place and they're being looked at properly, they're being sorted properly, and they're getting the right price.
Well, I looked at the team of experts.
Oh,
the team's huge, isn't it? And everybody's got specialist areas, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you just haven't got one general value, as many of these companies do. We have different valuers in different areas. They have the specialist knowledge to sit down to look at something. It's very important, because you send a piece of jewellery in, you've got to know how that piece of jewellery has been constructed to find out the age of it, what its material is, and then establish a price. It's not just pick it up and look. There's more involved.
So much more.
And so much fashion.
That's what you need, isn't it?
Love that. And I know you've got a huge team that are just like that. You know, you want to find value in items, don't you? It's
Absolutely.
exciting, isn't it?
It's lovely being able to tell somebody that something they've sent in has a really good value. And it really, the phone lights up. You can kind of like the warmth in the phone. Oh, really? It's great. It's absolutely great. And it makes my job so rewarding and so pleasurable.
Now, we had a question, someone's emailed in and asked, you know, could you value something over the phone? And you can't. You've got to see it, haven't you?
I think it's very important that people know that you have to have these items in front of you, not just for your eyes, but to touch and feel, because that's very important when you're valuing, to get that feel of the piece, you know, because some things which look old are actually brand new, and it's that feel that tells you. It's very hard to put it into real words, but the experience, the 40 years that I've been in it, I know I have to have it in my hands and it has to be in front of me. Telephones, it just doesn't work.
But that's fine with Vintage Cash Cow, because there's no risk whatsoever, is there?
None whatsoever. You know, if they don't want to take the offer, you have the items back. It's a win-win situation.
And it's all free, isn't it?
It's free. Yeah, fantastic.
I mean, it sounds too good to be true, but it's exactly that. It's free labels, free postage, or they'll come and collect from your home free of charge as well. It'll take about 7 days to get a quote.
But the only thing you've got to provide is the box. It's as simple as that. That's the only thing. An old, it doesn't have to be a
You'll
new
probably
box.
use the box that's in the attic with all this stuff in. Oh, I may as well just send it in that, which is great.
Yeah.
And then if the valuation isn't exactly as much as you'd like, or perhaps it'll be a real surprise and it's a lot more than you thought it'd ever be, but if you're not happy with it, or if you've changed your mind, think, oh, there was something in that box I wanted, they'll actually send it back for free as well. You've got nothing to lose.
And that's why you should do it right now, whilst we've got this exclusive
yes,
offer,
deal.
remember. That exclusive deal means the valuation of your box, as long as you use our code SHOPON, you will get an extra £25. So if your box was valued at £50, you'll actually get £75. If your box was valued at £100, you'll actually get £125, as long as you use the code SHOPON. It's very, very important.
Yes.
A couple of easy ways to get in touch. You can either use the website or the phone number. Even the phone number's free, remember. It's vintagecashcow.co.uk, or you can call the free phone number 0800 246 5508. Remember, it's an exclusive phone number for the show. Everything is free. It's a limited time offer, remember. So get on the website right now, vintagecashcow.co.uk, or use that phone number. The team are there right through till 4 a.m. and then they're back in after 9. But
Now,
I'll do it right now.
someone's emailed in and said, does it cost them anything?
No!
No! I've got
cost.
a whole list here. It's free, no obligation service, free valuation, free postage pack, fully insured, up to £10,000 on your standard box. You can drop it off at the post office and they'll take it for free, or someone will collect it from your home if you organise that, free of charge. And then you've got a free team of experts that will value your box. You'll get an offer within days. There's no fees, there's no commissions. And if you decide it's not right for you, the price isn't right, you've got free returns. You've got a free UK call centre.
Free.
There's no other service like this, I don't think, in the UK that offers all of this and allowing you to buy all your items in one go. Remember, one box up to 30 kilograms in weight, but you can get more labels if you like. If you've got more boxes, perhaps you're really decluttering and downsizing. That's the word I was looking for, downsizing. And you think, well, actually, I want to do more than one box. You can do that, but remember that £25 is one per household.
Free postage and returns, no obligation, hassle-free, quick, easy and fully insured. Now, if you're at home and you're thinking, well, what kind of things can I put in the box? You've got a guide on the website, what you can and what you can't put in. It'll talk you through. It's also in your welcome pack. When you get your labels, it'll talk you through everything. But at the top there, very important, items we buy, items we don't buy. It'll talk you through everything. It'll guide you through. And it'll guide you through how to get the best out of your box. And we're going to talk about all the different
Anthony's
things.
going to talk us through all of this. I mean, and if you click onto all those items, it will give you more idea
descriptions, yeah.
of, you know, what sort of sunglasses to send in, what sort of writing instruments to send in. So it really allows you. My mum's got that green phone. Oh my
She's actually
word.
got 2 of them.
She has, because I'm sure we used to play with one as well. So I bet there's one in the roof as well. And look at those, honestly, vintage handbags there as well.
Customer, you.
I think me and Mum, we could probably keep you going for years.
Well, my mum's kept me going for years. It's taken me about 10 years to get my mother to declutter her home. She just bought some more clutter.
Brilliant.
But that's good. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, that was very, very good. Very
Now, for anyone who's just joined us, Anthony, you're one of the co-founders of the company.
Yes, I am, yes.
And when did you start?
Well, we started in about 2013.
And was it just you?
At the beginning, yes, and then I was joined by my co-founder when we actually took the business online in 2015, and then we brought the business online. What actually happened, my kid said to me one day, oh, you're a dinosaur. You need to put this business online, and I know nothing about that type of thing.
Bless you.
So David came along for 1 week, and he was there, sadly no longer with us, but he came along and he was there with us for 8 years. So he came for 1 week and he was with us for 8 years.
I love it.
Excellent.
And you've just grown and grown and grown.
It's grown and grown and grown, but there's no right and wrong to decluttering. That's the most important thing. What you've got to do, and there's never a right time or a wrong time to do it. The trigger points are different for everybody. And it sounds, you know, downsizing, decluttering, life events, divorces,
Yeah.
and, you know, and unfortunately, you know, people pass on, people have stuff in homes, they leave them in boxes and they sit there. I mean, I can tell you the highest payout ever. A lady sent us a box about 2 months ago. She got £73,000 for it.
Oh my word! What did she put in?
Well, I can't really
top
know.
secret.
Oh my
No,
word!
it's not
Can we
top
talk later?
No, but what's
Wow.
really strange, she sent the box. She didn't ask for any increased insurance. She didn't ask. She didn't
really know the value.
No, she didn't know, and she got a huge amount of money. So.
And again, take a look at the things that you could put into your box, because honestly, it's absolutely incredible. So many different items you might see here that you've already got at home, and so many individual things that you'll have in drawers in the loft.
Oh, they're everywhere. They live, the outhouse, the coal house,
Yeah.
the greenhouse,
Yeah.
the shed at the bottom of the garden.
The shed, yeah.
They live. Thank you very much.
Now, we're taking a little look at just some. In fact, let's go a little bit deeper. Let's dive into some specific pieces if we can.
Yes, let's have a look.
We can do that. I mean, when we say specific pieces, the categories are all there. So you've got a category, you've got silver plate, you've got copper, you've got brassware, you've got I mean, the highest value stuff, obviously, with the way prices are at the moment.
Gold.
Gold's
This
crazy,
Gold's
isn't it,
crazy.
price-wise?
You only have to have a little piece of it. It can be broken, it can be damaged. If you put it in and it goes in your box, it can be hundreds of pounds. It's absolutely crazy. But on the same hand, you can also have things like a set of amber beads that are over there that can be £200, £300, £400. The yellow.
No way.
Yeah, those yellow ones over there.
Come with us to the Amber Beads. Oh my word.
There's an invitation,
Someone
isn't
might have bought those, perhaps in...
They're probably not bought. Those
not
are
think?
probably gifted. They're Victorian, so they've come from
They're
1900.
Victorian.
Yeah,
You'd never know, would you?
No.
You can't tell with a lot of them. There could be 20s,
Wow.
30s. There's later things. as
So it
well.
might be handed down, but I would look at that and think that was costume jewellery, and you're telling me it could be worth...
£200 or £300.
Oh,
Some
my
of them are
word.
costume, but
Yeah,
some of them
yeah.
are, and you
But
just don't know.
The fact is, you know.
We've got to see them. Well, the jewellery
Yeah.
experts know, yeah. So
Yeah,
definitely,
which is amazing. So if you've got something at home and you've got no idea of the value, any costume jewellery,
Any costume jewellery,
Gold,
any
silver.
gold, silver, even gold-plated jewellery. So you can have a gold-plated chain. It doesn't have to be solid gold. You
well,
can
that's
have
silver-plated.
silver-plated, silver, literally anything. And as Mark was saying earlier, we repurpose it. Everything sells. So we don't throw anything away.
Right.
Nothing, it all gets
I love that.
repurposed and goes to somebody.
And doesn't it sometimes go, because you might think, well, what are they going to do with that? Does it sometimes go to theatres and things and they use it on stage and things like that?
Theatres,
How
all that
great
type
is
of
that?
thing.
One of your items might be in a show.
Big, large TV companies for props and
Oh,
things like
gosh,
that.
yeah.
So a lot of the stuff finishes up in those places, which is very good. And then when we actually sell the goods on, we sell them all over the world. We don't just sell them so they travel.
Great.
So they get rehoused, reused, and people, take
So
them
nothing
on.
goes into landfill.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
I love
That's
that.
the whole reason.
Now, hundreds of people have already signed up
Which is
tonight.
brilliant. You can't go wrong
no, there's
at
nothing to
all,
lose,
can
have you?
you?
Well, the marvellous thing about the service is free from the minute you sign up to the minute if you till you get your money or till you get your box back, and that it's as simple as
That's
that.
it.
Just as long as you get a few things together, go around the house, have a really good look around, have a look in the back of the wardrobe, look under look under the bed. People have got things in places, in garages, in sheds, in attics. They don't know it's there. They're going to have a
No.
good look around, and as Vicky was saying earlier, the pleasure that people get out of decluttering as well is
Yeah.
When your home's tidy, it makes such a
Yes,
difference.
definitely.
It's calmer, isn't it? It's peaceful. It's
100%,
it's heaven. And I am a hoarder,
You
but when
are.
it's tidy, I absolutely love it. So this is brilliant for me.
Now,
You might be at home wondering what we can't. Oh, I've robbed the
did you
bracelet.
see
They've just
that?
told me I've got to put it down.
You were never going to
Look
see
at
that
me.
again.
Nearly
You
on my
weren't.
wrist. That
She
I was nearly
all
away.
carried away.
God,
Now, when we talk
forgot
about
you were watching me.
We've looked on the website about what you can include, but there are items that you don't take, aren't
So
there?
obviously China doesn't travel.
No.
No.
So no China, no glassware. It's amazing though. We say on the website no China, no glassware, but people still send it. So, and it's difficult. It can get
Yeah.
broken. And things that are fragile. We don't do books and records and things like
But
that.
that's
We don't-
all on the
And
website.
clothes
It's all
or
there,
anything.
and clothing. It's
Yeah.
that's different expertise. Different people do that kind of thing, and
If-
it's not for us.
And if you go on the website, you can actually click onto and it'll tell you
It's really
what
clear.
you don't accept. So you can't go wrong. There you go. You can see there. No glass and
no porcelain, and no firearms, no
DVDs
and you know the other thing I loved
CDs,
about
furniture.
this, Hayley, when you do go through and you click onto these particular categories, it tells you why.
Yes.
Or it tells you, like with the coins, no coin-only boxes under a certain weight.
But you can send a bag of coins,
Yeah.
not just a box
not one
of
coin.
coins.
Because we've had a situation where somebody will put one old copper penny in.
Oh,
You know, it's
don't,
defeated,
right,
But
yeah,
lots of
no.
people-
We want a box full of goodies,
but
don't we?
It's not only that, and it's communication from us. That can be our fault as well. We've maybe not communicated the message properly.
I think your website, though, is really
Brilliant.
clear.
I don't know where the buttons one comes from. That's a new
We're
one.
not going to ask you on that one. 'cause we saw
I
that
have got a tin of buttons, but I'll keep that.
No thanks. No
The
thanks
funny
to the
one is,
buttons.
you look at vinyl records. We don't accept vinyl, but vinyl's having a big comeback.
Yeah.
So in the time to come, we will start accepting vinyl.
Right.
We'll find an expert to come on board with us
Brilliant.
to do the vinyl. But
You're
it's,
growing all the
we're
time, aren't you?
And
Which
the
is
product
fabulous.
ranges are changing all the time. Because you
Yeah.
look behind you here, you know, we've got dolls and toys and clocks, and you've got a game, and you've got. There's just so many things. I mean, cameras. You can't imagine. I mean, it's only now there's a camera on every phone, so people don't really buy cameras anymore.
But I
Yeah.
bet most
Yeah.
people have got cameras,
Yeah.
haven't they,
How
at
many
home?
Polaroid cameras
That's-
we buy?
yeah.
How many, small, there's a camera, Canon cameras and
Yeah.
things like that. And it's crazy just how many small cameras, big cameras,
Yeah.
Lenses.
My mum was like, I've got a camera, still got a film in it.
Well,
Still
yeah.
be able to get the film developed.
Old film that hasn't been used sells. So if you've got a
No.
load of film at home and you can want to sell it, we can buy the film from me as well, provided it's not being in a camera.
What about instruments and things?
Oh, definitely, yeah. We do clarinets and saxophones. And
No
guitar.
way.
All of that type of thing, yeah. It's a bit too much to get out every
Yeah.
company. I mean,
Yeah.
we're looking at this here, but there's so many different items here. You've got to get on the website, have a good look through. Everybody owns some of this product.
Yeah,
It's in every home in the UK.
definitely.
It's
And that's
everywhere.
why everybody really should sign up and get those labels because you've got nothing to lose. There's no risk, is
A
there?
little bit of time you have to invest.
Yeah.
Invest a
And a
little bit of
box.
time and
And
a
a
box,
box.
and we'll do the rest for you.
Brilliant.
That's it. All you need to do tonight is order those fabulous labels, free postage labels that will be sent to you that you can use on your box of goodies. You can take it up to the post office or even get it arranged to be collected from your home.
Yeah.
And then it's delivered to Vintage Cash Cow.
Now we're going to take a look at some more testimonials. Let's have a look at what Wendy had to say.
Hi, I'm Wendy from Leeds, and over the years I've acquired, inherited and purchased loads of lovely vintage items that I no longer need or want. So what do I do with them? They're too nice to give away or throw away, and the thought of researching different dealers and then driving to different places with different items and different boxes was just too much for me. So they've sat in my garage gaining dust for years and years until I discovered Vintage Cash Cow. I put everything in one large box, posted it for free, and then sat back and chilled out until I got a quote off them. I was really happy with the quote, I accepted it, and it was paid into my account the very same day. And what did I do with that money? I used it for a girls' weekend away in Paris. Woohoo! And the icing on the cake, the stuff that I sent that wasn't of value and couldn't be used, Vintage Cash Cow recycled it for me so I could just forget about it and carry on. Win-win.
It is a win-win.
Win-win.
Honestly, get onto the website. You can ring up tonight. They're there till 3 o'clock, so you can ring and get your labels sent out, or go onto the website. Remember, they'll give you an estimate of your box price, and we're going to look at some boxes now.
Yeah.
And you'll get that in about 7 working days. If you agree on the price, you get that money that day.
That's great, isn't it?
And then if you think, I want my box back,
We just send it back free.
free of
Free.
charge.
Free, yeah.
It's amazing. So please jump onto the actual website, vintagecashcow.co.uk, and sign up. There's a little green it's like a circle, and you can actually write everything on there, your name, address. So many of you already done it though.
And the
which is brilliant.
exclusive, remember, that £25, as long as you use the code SHOPON, whether it's on the website or on the phones, you'll get an extra £25 on your valuation. So if you value the box at £100,
£125. 75.
Thank you very
How
much.
great is that? So what have we got here then?
So these are some boxes that came in this week. I actually know about this one because they're not very valuable. It came from lady and gentleman, Karen and Colin.
Okay.
And this one came in. I actually spoke to them because they thought something in here was... It can happen where somebody will think that something's worth more money than it actually is. And this is a classic example. If somebody sends you something like this that's silver plated, it's maybe 10 or 20 pounds. But if it's silver, it's 200 or 300 pounds.
Right.
So this is a typical box that came in. It's got some cars that aren't very vintage. They're old, but they're not very old. So this little box here has got some brassware, some silver plating. It's got a bit of costume jewellery, some beads and bangles in, and an old teddy, but he's a bit threadbare.
Oh, look at him.
Bless
So
him.
if he was perfect, you know, can you see he's all...
Someone's had a nibble on him, haven't they?
But it will still get reused. It will still actually go. Somebody, junior collector, will take it, fix it up and do something with it.
Amazing. Bring him back to life.
Bring him back to life.
Fabulous.
Talking about cameras.
That's it. And this is the one I was trying to think of, like in the little Olympus strip or something like that. You know, it will resell. Now, that one doesn't work, so they thought it was worth more money, but the lens has actually gone in it, so it'll be used for parts for others.
Right,
We don't know till we get it.
No.
So this box here...
But you've got experts on all these items, haven't you?
So this one isn't hugely valuable because it isn't silver and this camera's not working. That'll be a small...
What's that?
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Protractor.
Oh, wow.
School set.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
So this one was only worth about £50 or something. But had that have been silver and had that camera been working...
Someone might actually just thrown that out.
So the box total...
Well, I don't use it. You know, it's not going to be worth much, that.
When I spoke to Karen and Colin, they told me that they were actually going to throw this away. And I said, well, I think you haven't, because somebody's going to use it. Now, it's not a fortune, but it might have made £5 or £10 or you know, something like that. So it's still worth putting in.
Absolutely.
Rather than putting in
like
that's it, going into landfill. He's going to be
today, though, with us, £50
75
goes to 75.
How great is that? Brilliant.
What a bonus.
Love it. Okay.
Hang on, there's more to go back in.
Put that back in.
I've already tried to take a bracelet, so watch.
Shall I move that out of the way?
Yeah. What have we got next? What's this one?
This one here is a box. Now, this has got a handbag in it.
Oh, so we can send you handbags, designer handbags.
You can indeed, but we have to check them. We've got the expertise to be able to check them as well, to make sure they're not fakes or anything like that. This is a piece of silver, a silver card case. You can see the mark.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow, that's lovely.
But you must remember, not all marks are hallmarks. So that is a silver hallmark, but it could be marked and it might not be silver.
Lovely.
And then it's got a bag of coins in there as well. Look at it. You know, they filled the box up nice and
gosh, brilliant.
And then there are some gold coins in there.
Okay.
Now, did they know they were gold?
No, they were mixed in with those.
No.
Yes, and they were mixed in. And these are...
So in this bag...
Yes, they're worth £200. So...
Slow down. Say that again.
They're worth £200.
These coins?
Yes.
Oh,
and then these here are they're worth 25p, but they're worth 200
because they're gold.
Yeah.
But they were all in the same bag.
Yes.
They didn't know.
Yeah, that's it.
Amazing.
And then we've got a watch in there. We've got some more costume jewellery in there. You know, and we've got a little silver. That's a silver coin.
Oh, this is nice.
Gosh.
Some pocket watches.
Oh wow!
In there.
So all things like this.
That's it.
Perhaps somebody collected and you've sort of inherited, but you don't really use.
You've got it. And then some watches working and not working. And this box here for the customer is gonna fetch them over £450. So. And it's all because of those two expensive coins in there.
Yeah.
You know, the other stuff's got a value, but it's not hugely valuable.
That's what you're saying when you say about boosting.
That's
it.
it. And putting a mixture of things
in. And the mixture of things, because you never know what we're going to find. Like, I'm sure the person that got £73,000 didn't know what they were putting in the box.
No, not to that degree.
No,
they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't have that. No way.
No
what
way.
a surprise. You've got no idea what your box is going to be worth.
This in itself, for your team, must be quite exciting every time you open a box.
This is why the team builds and builds, because they actually love... You're waiting every day
for a box
to a box, and every box that you open, like an appraiser may go through 20, 30 boxes in a day, but every box they open, they don't know what's coming next, so they really, really like it,
Now we're going to save that box till later.
Are we?
Yes.
Okay, that's
you
all
need
right,
to please get onto the website vintagecashcow.co.uk. What you can do is order completely free of charge labels, and now they're going to be sent out to you. All you need to do is do that on the phones or on the website. It's really, really easy. Those labels you're going to put onto your box, and you can either take it down to the post office, Or they'll actually come and collect it if it's perhaps too heavy for you to take.
Yeah.
Up to 30 kilograms in weight your box can be. Think of all the things in the attic. Think of all the things that are in boxes here and there. Things that you don't use or touch, you know.
No, and it's
Fabulous.
not, I mean, it's things like jewellery, like we've seen, like gold and silver, diamonds, but costume jewellery as well. Things such as cameras and medals that we've talked about. On their website.
Foreign notes. I bet you've got loads of foreign notes. Have a look on the website. It tells you
It's
everything.
the clearest way to boost your box.
And remember, you will get the quote or the price that they're going to give you within about 7 working days. If that price isn't, you're not happy with it, you can actually say, well, actually, I've changed my mind. They'll return your box free of charge. However, so many of the 5-star reviews are people that are so happy with that extra money.
There's over 16,000 Trustpilot reviews, and remember, with us right now, you've got that exclusive extra £25 on the valuation
We need to use
of
a
your
code
box.
for that, don't we?
You do need to use the code SHOPON, whether you're on the phones or you're on the website, vintagecashcow.co.uk. It's a free phone number if you want to call the number 0800 246 5508. You've probably seen the adverts.
I bet you have. You've heard them on the radio as well. But take a little look at this, because this, I know, is going to jog your memory.
My favourite thing about Vintage Cash Cow is the ease. I sent cameras and gold chains, silver. That's my phone.
Is it?
They make it terribly easy because you can sell everything in one go. I mean, Vintage Cash Cow really is a brilliant idea. I mean, the money's obviously very nice, so I'm a happy bunny with it.
Hi, my name's Nick Mellors. I'm antique specialist at Vintage Cash Cow. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make some money selling your old valuables using the Vintage Cash Cow website. So, how does it work? Step 1, go to the website and sign up for your free postage pack. Step 2, fill any box with any items you want to send. Step 3, post your box or arrange to have it collected. Step 4, receive your offer within just 3 days. Step 5, accept the offer and have the money in your bank the same day, or decline the offer and have the items posted back to you free of charge.
Really super busy. Remember, you will get an extra £25 on your box value. So if you've got a box that's worth £50, you'll actually get £75 for it.
Brilliant.
A box worth £100, you get £125.
And do it now would be our advice. It is a time-limited offer to 24 hours, but if you do it right now, why not? Call the call centre, the guys are there, and tell all your friends about it so they can do it tomorrow.
Yes, definitely.
It's such a brilliant service, we've said. On Trustpilot, the reviews are spectacular.
It costs you nothing, and you can actually get money for items you don't look at anymore, items you've inherited in boxes upstairs, things you've forgotten you've got. I bet you've got a storage unit. What is in that storage unit that you haven't looked at for years could be actually making you money.
Again, that's you.
Yeah. I've got all these things. I'm right there with you. I'm
Perfect
sending
example.
for my labels. My
More
mum's
labels
exactly
from
the
last
same.
time.
Absolutely.
We've done it before.
We've already done this, and honestly, it's so nice to declutter because you feel so much calmer. I think when your home's a little bit cleaner, or actually that attic isn't so full. My mum's attic, we felt it was going to fall down on us, whereas we've got rid of some of those items. But we're going to give you an idea of items that can really make a difference.
And we've got another guest joining us now.
You might recognise him.
You might just recognise this gentleman. David Hackney joins us. David, you're involved in lots of TV shows, aren't you?
Well, I've done plenty of them, yes.
You have. And when it comes to experts and your team of experts, again, you bring such expertise at the valuation level, don't you?
We do. That's right.
And we're going to deep dive into some of these items if we can.
Can I
David.
pick something?
Oh, are you going to pick?
You can.
Oh, you're ready.
Well, I quite fancy this by me here. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Oh.
What's
okay?
that?
Over to the expert.
Well, this is a lovely silver, and it's got the hallmark in here with the lion for English silver, and it's enamel, guilloche enamel, and it's lovely. This was probably made, I would guess, around about 1900, 1910.
Really?
I would say. And very desirable.
And what would that be used for?
This was cigarettes, cigarettes.
Was it?
Probably for a lady, of course, because it's small, got in a handbag. But people do collect enamel goods, you know,
Right.
enamel spoons, enamel boxes.
Okay.
And it's got to be perfect, though, the enamel,
Right.
to keep its
Right.
value.
The finish on the
Because
outside.
it's very difficult to restore.
And would that
beautiful
be of
finish.
good value? Is that a good item?
That's a good value. That's something that would sell for around probably 50 to 80 pounds,
Really?
at least.
I think people would be really surprised.
I think what you've got to remember, if this enamel is damaged in any shape,
Loses its value.
It loses its value.
Right, so it has to
we're
be
looking- yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to be
perfect.
pristine,
But it's a collectible item. You know, there are collectibles.
Fabulous.
there's a lot of work gone in to make
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
A lot of work in the day, but lovely thing.
Yeah, the
That
antique
is-
world has suffered in the last few years. You know, furniture and things like that have gone that way, where
Right.
things like this have gone
The
that
other
way.
way.
Yeah.
How funny.
funny.
And what else on the table is a good
Well,
item?
The collectors these days are looking for small items.
Right.
People have got smaller apartments, haven't they, these days? They're not into these big items anymore, I don't think.
This is very similar. More.
There we are,
this
some more lovely enamel.
You know, really sells well, and it's
It's
perfect.
wonderful, isn't it, that enamel work? It's hardly...
I'm just going to grab that and hold it.
What
That's
is
silver
what
again.
is that, David?
It's a buckle.
Oh.
Just going to get a shot.
Off a
Sorry.
shoe
So
or
we
off a
can
belt?
see,
A belt buckle, yeah.
Right. Oh, that's lovely.
Really nice.
And again, it's perfect, so
And it's
not
perfect.
damaged.
The enamel's perfect. The collectors only want it perfect.
That is incredible, and that again might be an item that you've got something similar at home. Think it's got no value. The great thing is you've got all the expertise.
Yeah.
And it's going to add more value to the box by putting something.
Yeah,
in
something
there.
like that.
Right.
And I mean, even something like these are collectible.
Oh, they're fabulous.
You know, opera glasses.
lovely, aren't they?
Things with, you know, mother of
In the
pearl.
days when you went to the opera.
Yeah.
They are brilliant.
And this usually extends a handle, yeah.
And the finish up.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
This is
Beautiful. Then there's sometimes
Mother of
in a
pearl.
beautiful fitted box as well.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, and that's got mother of pearl on
Mother
as
of
well.
pearl, yeah.
Beautiful.
Lovely, isn't it? Beautiful.
And they're the kind of thing that people would have on display.
Yeah, the display and the collectible.
That's
but
right, again, collectible.
you know, they're more collectible now than they have been for many years. But you know, it's strange how times change and collectible the things that people collect have changed. You know, people were collecting things from the 30s and the 20s, 20 years ago. They're now collecting things from the 50s and the 60s, so things move
right.
Of
along.
course.
Yeah.
So as the time moves
Yeah,
on. I
the
mean,
Art Deco period.
A bit like
Very, very
fashion
collectible.
changing, I guess. That you.
Exactly. I mean, when you
Yeah.
look at that's my first week's wages there. You know, when you look at this, it's hard to believe, but you know, pound note was still in circulation up until about 1990, till the pound coins came in.
Wow.
So all these
What
pound
year
notes.
was it? 1990?
Some that
And that-
I may be
No,
wrong
it
with
wasn't.
the year,
My
but,
That looks so foreign now, doesn't it?
looks
You're
foreign,
like, oh my
but we
word.
had all these.
Yeah,
You
of
had
course we
these.
did.
You say 1990, that's 34 years ago.
I know. You
Oh.
don't
That's
realise how old
crazy.
we're getting.
Yeah.
But it's crazy that people have these banknotes sat in their homes doing nothing, and they all add value to boxes. So, you know, good item. It doesn't have to be spectacular, but whereas something like this, you get one of those that's all brown and rusty and crinkled
Yeah.
up. That's pristine,
It
isn't
is.
it?
That's like just out of the
collector wants
machine.
that.
Just off the
Yeah,
press,
it's
isn't
exactly.
it?
It's like, yeah, it's like
David
it's
printed
new.
them earlier. before he came
He's
out.
got his own machine.
I think I might go home with David. I like he's got some good
Listen,
traits.
he gets offers like that all the time.
I bet he does. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? And we've got all sorts of different things. What about the spoons by you there?
Yeah, these are a nice set of spoons. They're English spoons. They've got the hallmark on there, but these have been gilded at some
Gold-plated,
point.
gilded, yeah.
So the silver, and then they've gilded them with gold plate. These have been
Very
quite
rich,
expensive and very rich in the day.
Yeah.
What will these be? 1880?
I should imagine around about the late
But they're a
19th
beautiful,
century.
No, you know, nice set of spoons, but they will sell again. But where 30 years ago they were more collectible than they are
Yeah.
today, so
Yeah.
they've kind of lost a bit of value.
They have, a
and
little.
where something like that's come up in value.
Well, like
So
David was saying, it changes on
Very
certain
much, yeah,
items,
very
doesn't
much,
it?
yeah.
this is quite collectible, things like this. These are small pieces of silver and Chinese silverware. You get quite a lot of that. That's collectible.
This is amber
Right.
again here.
You know, more amber here. And things that you wouldn't even imagine. This is a Parker pen, a Parker 51.
Now, yes, because you accept writing
instrument.
instruments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you want things like this?
fountain
No,
pen.
not like a Bic pen or a plastic
With
pen.
that's on the Bics.
Yeah, I'm
but,
sure.
You know, something like
Especially
that. you know.
fountain pens. They like the fountain pens.
There are collectors of fountain pens, whereas years ago that they didn't exist. So times change, products change, and you know, and keeping abreast with that and staying with the market, and we can that allows us to be able to, you know, pay more for certain things than we
Right.
can. But sometimes, you know, people will have an expectation about things that oh, it's worth so much money because my granny had it 30 years ago and it's worth a lot of money. That doesn't necessarily mean it is because you were told that. That's why the experts have got to see it. You know, the Davids, the Marks and all the experts they have, Nick Mellors, all the people that we have that look at all of these products that can tell us. They're abreast of the market. They know what's happening in it. So if you think something's worth a lot of money, we can tell you. And sometimes people don't want to hear that it isn't, but, you know, we just say how it is. And
it's such a brilliant concept.
It is, and actually we've had an email from someone that has used Vintage Cash Cow before. Said, I've used Vintage Cash Cow quite a few times. I volunteer at a local animal shelter and donations we receive get boxed up and sent. I wait for the phone call from a very friendly person. The offer is usually a very nice amount for the charity.
Right.
How lovely is that?
That's another bonus.
That's a so
it's a great service.
Absolutely.
Well, it's a big part of the business. Charity shops send us a lot of products.
Well, my mum's done loads of sort of charity tabletops and things and probably would have made a lot more money sending it to you than trying to sell it for 10p at a charity tabletop.
And you don't know what to ask for.
No, that's it.
You ask
Everyone makes it up.
It could be worth 50 quid, you don't know.
And you know.
And we know, so we can, you know.
Team of experts. If you have just joined us and you're thinking, well, how does this all work? It's really simple. It's really straightforward. It's about getting yourself the label to begin with.
It's free.
It's free.
Everything is
more
free.
Importantly.
So you can either go onto the website or you can ring the number 0800 246 5508. If you go onto the website, of course, it's Vintage Cash Cow, although we're off. We're moving to find more goodies, honestly. vintagecashcow.co.uk. We've got so much to show you. You'll get a free postage label and you'll get a selling guide that will give you ideas of things that you can send and that you shouldn't send. There's your labels. All you do is stick those onto a box. That box you're going to put all your goodies into.
And that's the only thing that you're going to supply, isn't it?
The box. And
you
the
box
goodies in
it, and then you put whatever you want into there. Carefully pack your unwanted valuables into a box. You send it. It's free, it's safe, and it's insured, and then you sell it. You get your fair, no obligation offer in just 3 days, it says there. The team will get in touch with you, but it's very important that you do it now because we've got an exclusive offer with Vintage Cash Cow. Whatever the value of your box is, we will give you, if you sign up tonight, an extra £25. I say we, I mean Vintage Cash Cow. They'll give you an extra £25. So if your box is worth £75, you'll actually get £100.
That's amazing,
it's
isn't
brilliant,
it?
isn't it?
So that is incredible. So you're going to get an extra £25 per household. You can order as many labels as you like, but per household you'll get that extra £25. But your box, your one box, can be up to 30 kilograms.
It can, yeah.
And that's more than the suitcase.
It is. It's not more than your suitcase.
Well, no, it's not really.
30 kilos is quite a weight. vintagecashcow.co.uk, and remember that phone number is an exclusive number with us tonight and tomorrow. 0800 246 5508. I would do it right now. The team are in the call centre right now. We've got Dennis there, Greg's there, Trent's there, Holly there. They're just some of the team really busy in the call centre.
Take a photo
as well as
of
online.
that page right now on your mobile, so you've got all the details that you need, and honestly order them tonight. You've got nothing to lose, even if you change your mind tomorrow. But actually look around your home and see what's about that you don't look at, you don't touch. I bet you've got boxes in the attic. Bet you've got things in drawers.
Might just be a drawer,
that drawer that never shuts. And if you took those out and sent it to you to value it,
definitely the way. Definitely the way.
Isn't it? It's crazy.
We are shocked every day. So when we first started, the very first day, we actually started in a garage. It sounds crazy. So the first day the postman arrived, he arrived with 6 of these boxes to deliver, and now every day there's nearly 1,000 boxes.
No.
Every day.
Wow.
Every day. And every week it grows, every month it grows, every year it gets more and more and more. So it's like, and there's never any, you always get a pleasant surprise with what's in the box. There's always people call, oh, have you seen this? Oh, have you seen that?
Excellent.
And it's exciting for all the staff, because for all the people that work with the product. They're not all people that have been in the business for 40 or 50 years, like David or Mark or myself. You know, we've got a lot of people that have learned the trade, new experts that are learning all the time, that have got people helping them. It takes a long time to learn, so we have a lot of people. There's over 40 valuers that are looking at the items, and then 4 or 5 people with 50 years experience that are helping them on top of that. So, you know, it's really good. And they're excited about what they see in the boxes.
So,
you want to get to the next box?
Let's have a look. We're excited.
I know what's in this.
You don't?
Do you not? Oh, let's take a look
then.
So now this is okay. So this is a real piece. This is a silver tea service.
Okay.
So this is going to be quite valuable.
Wow.
I don't know what's in here. Oh, let's have a look.
What's that?
Oh, this is a camera.
My word.
This is quite valuable because this is a medium format camera, and it's made by somebody called Hasselblad, which are quite
you recognise.
Yeah, you'll know that.
The team recognise that in the gallery.
The Hasselblads.
That's amazing.
And then we've got a Victorian ink set here. You can see here, this one here. This is a little desktop ink set. You know.
What's that?
Now, really, this is a scent bottle, so it's had a little stopper in the top and a scent in it, ladies' scent bottle. But this is quite fragile, but it's come in and it's safe, so it's okay.
Okay.
And then we've got a bag of coins in here that we can see.
So I bet everybody's got a bag of coins. Yeah. Oh, there's some euros and all sorts in there.
Yeah, but we don't take them on their own, so it'd have to come.
No, you want a bag of mixtures. There's all sorts, isn't there?
You can mix it up.
And I think we've all got a bag of those from going abroad for years, and the money change. Oh God, I've lost.
What are you doing?
We'll get whiskey out.
There's a hole in the back.
Yeah, great excuse.
That fell straight in her handbag.
It fell just in my pocket.
Look at that.
And a drop of whiskey.
Yes, brilliant. That's
whiskey
great.
Responsibly.
And then we've got a piece of coral in here as well, which, you know, quite nice. This sells.
Oh, wow.
A couple of silver bits.
Which,
here.
again, you might not realise, because, again, I'd look at that like costume jewellery.
Yeah.
And it's actually...
this is a silver pencil, I believe. I don't know if it's working, but if we have a look, it might be a pen, actually. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's got a nib in here.
I nearly said there's no lead in your pencil. But that would be wrong, wouldn't it?
No, there is in this one.
But there is?
Yeah, but this here, I think this is a dipping one. I can't actually see because they've taken my glasses off.
We have.
There
We've
you go.
confiscated them.
Oh, bless you.
It's okay. I can do it by feel and touch.
We can get them for you if you need them.
It's okay.
Are you sure?
No, I'm all right. I'm okay. Don't worry. And then we've got here. This is quite a nice.
Oh gosh, that's tiny. What's that?
This is tiny and it's silver. And if you guess, I'll give you it. You won't get it though.
We have to guess what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if we can even see this.
Maybe in about 1820, 1830. That.
Okay.
That's a nice early thing. Maybe even 1800 earlier.
What's in there?
I'll show you.
So there's like a surprise in there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's called a vinaigrette. Is this?
Right. Let's have it.
On the streets of London many years ago.
I'm going to pass it back to you.
In Georgian times and earlier.
Right.
Later. If you had a little bit of money, you'd get yourself a little vinaigrette, and so you didn't have to stand the smell. Can you see this little cushion here?
Yeah.
You'd pour rose water on it, and then you'd close this over, and then you'd smell it as you went round, so you didn't have to have the stench of the air.
Oh,
so this is a little collectible.
That's very posh.
You could do one of those for me.
Living with you, I could.
There you go.
That's under my nose all the time.
I don't know what to say. I'll gift this to you.
That's brilliant.
That's quite nice. And then in here you've also got quite a nice watch in here as well. And there's another gold coin I've just seen in here as well. Look, I'll show you. There's another one of those little gold coins.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry.
So that's a gold one, that one?
Yeah, and then we've got
I'll put that in that box separate.
wristwatch here.
Another one.
That's gold as well.
Okay.
We've got a little silver vinaigrette, and that one there, this box here, this is going to be in excess of £1,000.
No way.
Yeah. You know, it's a nice.
Oh my word! And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
it's only
6,
a small
7,
box, but
8, 9, 10.
Oh, there's another little.
Just over 10.
Hold on.
Oh.
Got a little brooch in here.
I recognise a brooch like that.
Do they call those cameos?
They do indeed. Yeah. And then you've got, this one here is actually a Wedgwood one. It's
yes.
That's Wedgwood is that one. And then you've got here a little inkwell. So another little pink thing for putting ink in as well. That'll have come, somebody will have had a nice writing set on the desk or something.
Yes.
Because they've got quite a few bits the same. So
amazing.
This is quite a valuable box.
So tell us again how much this would be.
In excess of £1,000. Can't tell you exactly because I've not checked this.
What a surprise. Yeah. But the great thing is all the experts there to value absolutely everything. Remember, all you need to do is get those free labels. Fill your box with goodies similar to this. Or if you're thinking, I don't know if I've got any of those items, go on the website and see what you can actually send in. Because there's a huge list, isn't there?
It shows you
of the
exactly
items they do accept.
Yeah, what you can send and what you can't send on the website. website, so vintagecashcow.co.uk. See at the top there where it says items we buy and items we don't buy. It literally talks you through everything, what you should put in your box, what's going to be boosting the value of your box. As you can see, you can click onto all of these different areas as well, and when you click on and go through, it shows you the experts who will be there taking a look at everything, but then you can see all the different areas of silver.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
It's really
just
clever.
makes it so easy. So it gives you an idea of what you can send in. It also gives you an idea of the things you can't send in. Can't send in, it's more things that are breakable, like glass or porcelain or clothes and things like that. But have a look at, because you'll probably have some of these cameras and probably been in a box upstairs for years and you haven't touched it. Honestly, phenomenal. But do check on what you can send in and what you can't send in. But
tells you
actually,
both, doesn't it?
You get a really handy booklet that comes with your labels that also talks you through all these sort of things as well. So you're going to box it, you're going to send it, you're going to sell it. That's what you need to get in touch, either on the phone lines, they're there till 3 a.m, or go onto the website vintagecashcow.co.uk. Remember that code. The code is ShopOn. That's going to give you an extra £25 on top of the value of your box. So if you've got a box that's worth £75, Vintage Cash Cow will actually offer you £100. If you've got a box worth £100, Vintage Cash Cow will offer you £125.
It's a real bonus, and that's why you should do it right now. Make sure you use the code SHOPON, whether it's on the website or on the phones. Remember, the team are in the call centre right now. If you want to call, it's a free phone number. 0800 246 5508 is that free phone number. You fill in a few very minor details, like your name, your address. You've got your
I know
email
all
address.
the answers, so you'll be absolutely fine. It's very
Make sure you use the code SHOPON, and this envelope will arrive to you, and this is what's inside, isn't
Absolutely. There's your labels. That's the most important thing for your free actual postage, which is fantastic. And then you've got handle with care there as well. Then in your book, gives you an idea of jewellery or what you know, what to look for, what sort of items to actually look for. Even coins, like we were saying, and notes and things like that. Things you probably wouldn't even think about putting in. Really, all your jewellery, obviously gold and silver, but your costume jewellery as well. All types of watches, even if they're not working, it's amazing.
Brilliant. And it can be broken, it can be damaged, it can be dented, the chain can be snapped, the ring can be cut from a finger. It doesn't matter. It can all go in.
And I'm sure I read earlier, because I've got loads of this, even if it's tangled up.
Oh yeah, we get it all the time.
Oh, I've got so many tangled
we
up
have
items.
Professional untanglers in our business.
My word. I could do with them coming round.
You could. No, send a box.
Yeah,
Much better.
absolutely.
Much better.
And vintage toys and things.
Yeah.
Which is a fabulous. Cameras, like I was saying, writing instruments, it's all in there, so you can't go wrong.
Now, Anthony's one of the co-founders of Vintage Cash Cow, but Vicky's joined us as well for the show. If you've just joined us at home, Vicky, decluttering and Vintage Cash Cow go hand in hand, but tell us a bit about your background first.
They really do go hand in hand, so hand in hand. So I've been a professional organiser for 14 years, started my business 14 years ago. Now we're 15 people strong. In 2016, I wrote a book, Start With Your Sock Drawer.
Great.
And yeah, I've been on various TV shows and radio shows and that kind of thing. But yeah, we first spoke, I think, 12 years ago, around about 12 years ago.
We were working it out at the beginning.
The perfect, perfect combo.
Absolutely, because decluttering is so big now, isn't it? And isn't it? I think, though it's great to get some money for your items that you don't use anymore, it's actually really calming, I think, to declutter, isn't it?
It absolutely is, yeah. So many people, you know, have things around them that they not only don't use, but, you know, when we have clutter around us, it's like a visual distraction. It's like a physical to-do list shouting at us. And shedding that and getting rid of that, a lot of the time stuff you don't have time to use and never do, it frees the mind, you know, more positive energy, it can boost your productivity, your work can change, the way your day starts even, it changes.
Everything's a bit clearer.
It's lighter, yeah.
It's a bit like a blue sky every day, 'cause it's a little bit calmer in the house.
Totally, tidy home, tidy mind, it's completely true.
And this is what you said before, I loved how Vicky described it. Go out of your house.
Yeah.
And then close the door and then go back in and take a look with new eyes.
You
fresh
do.
eyes.
You absolutely do. You suddenly, even you know, just following that simple instruction, permission to do that. You go back into your home and you suddenly notice things that you did not see before on shelves. Once you've done the shelves, you can start sort of looking behind the cupboards and getting
in the attic.
Exactly, things you don't know. What's above you, what's below you, what's behind doors, on shelves at the back.
And sometimes you need to declutter as well if you're perhaps downsizing your home, or perhaps you've inherited a lot of items from, I know my mum's still got a lot of her mum's things and my dad's mum's things, and they're in a box, but she doesn't want to give them away. She doesn't want to throw them out. And you know they're going to go to a good home as such, really.
They do, and you know, there's a bit of a sad thing around that too, which is, you know, you inherit these items. It can be, you know, anything that we can see around us here today. You can inherit these items, but sometimes people just don't like them, but they don't want to get rid of them because they feel guilty.
No,
So it might not be their taste, but it is somebody else's. So I think getting rid of them, selling them, then you perhaps make some money and do something in the memory of that loved one. Did they like the theatre? Go buy theatre tickets. You know,
nice.
Whatever it may be.
And the other nice thing is have that peace of mind that your loved one's items that you have just kept in a box because they don't go in your home will actually be loved, because the person that then takes them are going to have them out on a shelf and enjoy them.
That is such a more positive memory to put around something that's, you know, a bit sad.
And well, from your point of view though, you actually see that, Vicky. From our side, we don't see that. So Vicky and her team of 15 see the pleasure it brings to people. We probably see the pleasure of the money and what they can use it for, because we talk to people about what they're doing. People like the fact that they're helping the grandkids, or they're going to give some money for schooling, or they're going to go on a holiday or go for a cream tea, or they're going to do something like that. But you actually see the pleasure they get from having a clearer space. You get to see that as well, whereas we wouldn't get that. But it's quite interesting, because over the last few years, this is becoming more the thing to do all of the time. It's not the years of leaving things sat in drawers. You know, they're over now, aren't they? I mean, even my mum, I was telling you earlier, it took me forever to get her to get rid of anything. I mean, she just wanted to keep everything.
My mum's the same.
Oh, it's worth some money. It's not worth any money. You need to get some clear space. But I look now, and even when I look in my home, we don't have that much. You know, we live in cleaner spaces, you know, all the time. And I don't know if you find that. And you do feel better with that space and not having clutter everywhere.
It is. It's so much calmer. But like you say, it's so nice as well to get that extra money. I mean, times are hard, and it could be a real little extra that's going to help you put it towards that new phone that you want, or actually could be, like you say, most of your 5-star reviews, and there's a few.
1,000.
There's over 16,000 5-star reviews.
No, there's 16,000 reviews.
But the average is
4.6, so you're not far off.
We're not far off, but yeah. Look,
he's very finicky. It's good.
Very exact, but I like it.
But it is, know the numbers.
Yeah, you do.
It's great. What's fantastic with all of this from our side, not so much from Vintage Cash Cow's point of view, what you can do with us is something that you just can't do anywhere else. You can go sell a piece of gold, you can go sell a watch, and you can go, you know, sell a piece of silver. What you can't do is take everything, put it all together.
So true.
Get it all looked after, all in one go. Do it all in one go. Yes, you can go and take all of this and sell it all individually. You go to an auction house, pay fees, pay commission, wait 6 weeks for an auction. With us, from the minute you post the box, maximum of 7 days, you posted your box, you've got an offer, or it's on its way back.
You're unique like that, aren't you? I don't think there's anybody unique. Like you, really, in the
like
UK.
That. There's no commission. Yeah, you can go send a piece of gold or a piece of silver to anyone.
But not all these different things.
Not all of these things in such an array that.
And they're insured. It's all free. You've got an incredible team of valuers as well.
It's easier. It's so much easier.
And it's
one job, not 10 jobs.
Well, that's so true. And you know you're a declutterer. It's one job, not 10 jobs, and we all love that.
Get it right. What are you?
Professional organiser.
Professional organiser.
I like professional. I need a professional organiser.
These are a good tag team now, aren't they? I love them. You're like us. You're like us too.
I've only met tonight. I was waiting for a bus outside.
Go to the website. That is the easiest way
We're
to sign up.
so busy. I'm here in our area, massively busy. So many of you signing up. Can you see get your free postage pack?
Yep, click on there.
That'll take you through to where you just put your details. This is all free. Put in your name, put in your surname, put in your email address, put in your phone number. Don't forget, to actually use a code as
Very
well.
important.
Now, that's the most important thing tonight, isn't it?
Where it says being referred by a friend. Nope. Do you have a coupon code? Yes. And put in there shop on. And the reason for that, the exclusive, and do it right now is our advice.
Absolutely.
Because if you do, and when you get your box value, if your box is valued at £75, you'll get an extra £25. So you'll get £100 instead of 75. If your box is valued at 125, you'll get £150. That's why you've got this great offer exclusively with us right now, and that's the reason to do it right now. Now remember, there are a couple of ways to sign up. If you want to use the website, we've just shown you the website, but the call centre are open.
Oh, and they're great on the phones.
Yeah.
And they're up late tonight.
They are up late.
So please give them a ring and speak to them. There's loads, and I know they're really busy, but they will answer your call.
So 0800 246 5508 is the phone number, and there you can see the offer, your exclusive offer, an extra £25 on your box value, whether it's the website or whether it's the phone. So
now the offer is
vintagecashcow.co.uk.
Sorry, the offer is for 24 hours, so it's up until midnight tonight. However, do it right now. It's completely free. Don't let you forget about it tomorrow, and then it's too late the day after. You think, oh no, and you've missed out on £25 extra. Do it right now. It's completely free of charge. Those labels will get delivered to you. Even if you change your mind, it doesn't matter. Get those labels in the post to you, and then look round your home and see what goodies you can put into your box. Look on the website as well, because you are going to be blown away of how many different items you can put in.
The only thing you're going to supply is the box, really. Everything else is free, isn't it? That's the great thing.
And then items that you perhaps haven't touched,
then the items.
looked at.
You've probably had the box provided by Amazon anyway.
Absolutely.
We get so many Amazon boxes.
I bet
They're
you
all
do. That's so true. That's absolutely. Save that next box, because you know exactly what you're going to do with it. Now, Anthony, I mean, it's amazing because there is such different variety of things.
The variety is huge, and like I said earlier, it doesn't have to necessarily be very expensive. Just because you don't think it's expensive, put it in the box. If you don't think it's worth anything, put it in the box.
Yeah, why not?
Because we can tell you, and then it might just happen that you put something in the box.
Nice
like
surprise.
I said earlier, somebody put this in a box, and it's a 5-figure sum. It's a big amount of money, and they didn't know.
How exciting!
That's the beauty of the thing, and ringing somebody and being able to tell them, oh, you've got a 5-figure sum. It's like, oh,
that's the lottery call.
Yeah,
isn't it? Oh my word!
Great thing. And they genuinely didn't know, because I know the full history of what happened.
Fabulous.
So you get things like that, but not meant. It's not all about the value of one item. I mean, if you just have a look at these here, these are all wristwatches.
Okay.
That some of them were made in the 30s, some were made in the 40s. They're not gold, they're not silver, but the mechanical watches, the wind-up, they're not battery powered. So we can use the parts in them, we can use the straps from them.
Oh, right. So even if they're broken and things.
Doesn't matter.
All your old watches.
All your old
So
watches.
something you'd probably throw out because it's broken, the straps gone funny.
The landfill will be full of all of these types of things.
But you'll give money for it.
We'll pay money for it. I can't tell you how many single earrings must be in landfill. We have conversations. Oh, I had an odd earring, I threw it in the bin. Why would you throw a gold earring in the bin? But people do.
Oh, gosh.
Because they don't think it's got any sort of value. And then somebody might see a bag of costume jewellery and might just think, oh, I'm never going to wear them. It's like these beads here, these Millefiori ones.
Which ones?
On the top, those fancy coloured ones.
These ones.
Somebody might look at them and think, oh, I'm not going to wear them. I don't want them. I'll get rid of them. But they're worth £60 or £70. So
no way.
Yeah. So and they're just plastic. They're not.
I would give those away. I think, oh no, they're not for me.
Exactly.
Oh,
now there's
my
queues
word.
on the phones.
There is
we're hearing
queues
now.
on the
This is how busy
phones.
we are.
There you go. They've got those beads.
They've seen those beads.
Dennis is busy on the phone. Holly's busy on the phone. Trent's busy on the phone. But there's loads of people there waiting. They'll get to you as soon as they possibly can. However, if you can go onto the website, that is a real quick, easy way to do it.
Yeah, the website, dead simple, dead straightforward. There's a little button on the top right-hand corner. Click on there, how to get your postage labels, and then you just fill in the form. It takes a matter of moments. And there's no outlay for you.
No,
it's foolproof, isn't it? Everything is, there's no cost to us sending in your box.
No cost, no nothing, and no haggling.
What if I don't want, I want it back? I've changed my mind.
Have it back.
You'll send it back free?
Send it back free, we take it in free, we value it free, we give you the offer free, and then if you don't want it, we give you it back. Now, and the thing about it is, you can please some of the people some of the time, but not all of the people.
But how many people do you please? Quite a few.
About 82% of the people that accept their offer. There are some we can't make an offer on.
Okay.
So they're not all, some we just can't make, they just put something and we just can't make an offer on it. And then the rest of them, somebody might, because somebody...
In that case, Anthony, if you can't make an offer, you ring...
We ring them and we tell them and we just send it back. And we send it back to them free of charge, but we can make a suggestion. You can always try eBay or an auction.
Okay. Right.
There are other ways. There's not only us to be, there's always someone.
A lot of the 5-star reviews say how helpful you are, how great the people on the phones are.
Well, the business is about trying to help people as well. It's not just about having to buy everything. We want to help you. If we can't buy it from you or we can't meet your expectation, then we'll send it back to you and try and help you do something else with it. But what generally happens, they'll take it back because we're saying if you're not sure, you can go try somewhere else.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, you can send it back again. And then they go try a load of play and then they can't sell it and then they send it back.
I love it.
So, but we don't mind that.
No.
You know, that's all right because we don't want to be buying something from somebody if they're not sure about it. Take it back and try somewhere else. There's no pressure.
That is the great thing. No obligation. It's allowing you to see what your goods, your items are worth, and if it's right for you, amazing. How great is that? And that's money that you can spend on whatever you want to spend it on. Just take a look at Trustpilot and the 5-star reviews because there are over 16,000 reviews and 4.6 out of 5. So, I mean, that is amazing.
And speaking of reviews, let's have a little listen to what Emma had to say.
Hi there. I recently used Vintage Cash Cow for the first time and I couldn't be happier with the whole process. I sold a bunch of stuff that was just lying around the house. I was not expecting the offer that I got. I couldn't have been more thrilled with what Vintage Cash Cow offered me. The money was in within the day that I accepted it, and I am now looking forward to a trip to Latvia with the money. So thank you so much, Vintage Cash Cow. I'm absolutely thrilled. Dealing with you was absolutely fantastic, flawless, such lovely people. And I look forward to selling more items to you very soon. Thank you. Bye.
My experience with Vintage Cash Cow was 100% positive. Lovely people to deal with, really fast, efficient service, and what's more, cash in my pocket. I can't recommend them enough.
Hi, my name's Jenny. I come from Bristol. I like using Vintage Cash Cow because it's so easy. It's really so easy. You just pop the stuff in a box and send it away. I'm already on box 3. I'm going to spend the money on, well, I'm going to save the money. I'm popping it all in a little pot and saving up for a holiday. It's really great fun. It's a brilliant way of spring cleaning to get rid of your stuff you don't want. Have fun. Bye.
Take a look. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? Take a look at the 5-star reviews. Go online and see what people have got to say about Vintage Cash Cow. Remember, there's over 250 years of experience in antique expertise in the team, which is amazing. Over 500,000 customers have signed up already, so you're not going to be the first. Over £20 million has been paid out. Some of that money might be yours if you send
Even
that
if it's
box
a little
in.
bit. What a bonus.
Which is incredible. And can you imagine your box, items that you don't look at, you don't touch, you don't use, things in the loft that you haven't looked at for ages, things that are in that drawer that doesn't shut, that brass that drives you mad that you have to keep cleaning and you really don't like it. You can pop it into that box. It's absolutely incredible. All you need to do is get in touch via phone or the website, vintagecashcow.co.uk, to get your free postage pack.
Just sign up for that postage pack and you are ready to go. All you need is your box and your items. You send it back free of charge.
And why do it tonight, or why do it with ShopOnTV? Because you're using that code SHOPON to get an extra £25 on your box. How amazing.
Whether the website or on the phone. So vintagecashcow.co.uk, you use the offer code SHOPON, or call the call centre 0800 246 5508 and quote the code shop on for that extra £25 of value on your box offer. It really is so straightforward and simple to do, and the whole process is explained on the website. But we're going to get back to our guests. We saw Vicky a few moments ago. I called you a decluttering expert. What's the proper title?
Professional organiser.
Professional
I like.
You can call me that.
We're old friends now, aren't we?
Absolutely. But I think everyone knows the word declutter, don't you? Because it's so popular now, isn't it?
And Mark's with us as well, one of the expert valuers when it comes to vintage cash cow. You've got a few years' experience, Mark, in the industry.
40 years. Oh,
Really?
my age. I'm showing my age.
Wow.
Can't believe it.
And you got into it looking at what were the things that excited you?
First started coins and medals.
Right.
Brought up my father, he loved them, he collected them. He gave me that passion to learn about the history behind them. And from there, I just progressed. I learned about jewellery. I got with some great minds, some of the best in the business, and they were really helpful to me. They guided me, they taught me things that you just can't look by reading in a book.
Yeah.
You've got to get it, you've got to touch it, you've got to feel it, and you've got to buy it, and you've got to sell it. And I just really gained so much experience, and I wanted to bring that to Cash Cow, and you know, here I am now.
And it must be so exciting, I was saying before, when the boxes come in and you open the boxes.
Oh, it's amazing because you never, every single day, every single box is different. Whatever you open, you just never know what's going to be in there.
No.
You know, it might be something worth £50, £60, £10.
Yeah.
But there can be other things which are really good value, you know, well up into the hundreds. And they've had a few other things for quite a lot more money, and people are really shocked because they don't know what they are. They don't know what they're worth. But at vintage, they will tell them, and they will give them the money for them, which is really important nowadays. People need that money.
It is. It's just so exciting opening that box, finding you know and items that you perhaps haven't looked at for years, touched for years, that could be of incredible value. You just don't know.
Oh, you'll be amazed. I mean, I've seen things thrown away, literally thrown away, that have been bought to me by various other parties, and I've looked at them and you think, why are you throwing this away? Because they don't know.
Yeah.
And that's why the Vintage Cash Cow is a service that you're getting really a free valuation for something that you might throw away.
Do you know, that's a really good way of looking. Perhaps you've got something at home that you really wanted valued. Pop it in that box with all those different items. And it can be lots of different items, can't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you haven't just got me, and there's a lot of us. There's a big team there, and each person has their own speciality. They will look at the object, and then even if they're not maybe 100%, but they'll ask somebody else. So we've got that pool, which is really important. You haven't got one brain, you've got multiple brains working together. And it really gets that kind of like the adrenaline going when you see those lovely things and people are telling you, look, you know, you're learning, because I still learn even today. You have to. And if you say you know everything, you're not telling the truth.
No, and that's great. And through your team, you've got about 250 years of expertise, haven't you?
A lot of expertise in our teams, and they work incredibly hard. They work very long hours, but it's great. Although it's like a job, it's not a job.
It's exciting.
It's exciting. It's something I'm happy to do. It's something that I'm proud to do.
And you need to see the item. We did have an email in saying, you know, can I talk to you on the phone and tell you what the item is? You need to have it in your hands, don't you, to value it?
Absolutely. You must always have that piece in your hand. As I say, it's the touch, the look, the actual feel of it. You know when you've got it there physically. You get that feeling, and you know, and also the expertise handling so much of these items over the years gives you that expertise that you can only get by touching it.
And you've got no risk, have you?
No risk at all.
If we send it in?
No risk.
And what if, you know, I'm like, you've changed your mind?
Well, they
I
send
want
it back.
Oh, they send it back.
That's
amazing.
They will send it back to you.
I love that.
And
Vicky, with Vicky, I mean, you're that expert in how to break things down from your house. You know, all those things that you might no longer look at or use, or it might just be things that you've got boxes full of.
Absolutely.
Go through them.
Totally go through them. You know, use this as your sign to start going through them. Start decluttering. You know, the advice I always give to people, you know, you don't have to start on your whole house. It doesn't have to be this giant task that you're putting off for years. Start somewhere small. Start in a cupboard. Start in a drawer. Start in a corner of the shed that you haven't looked at for 20 years, or what, at the loft, or wherever it may be. Start small, work on it, complete it. You finish on that high, that positive, and you're more likely to keep going, and working on other areas as well.
Hundreds of people have signed up already. This is great. We're so pleased that you've liked this. First time we've done vintage cash cow, isn't it?
You might have seen the adverts on the TV, you might have heard them on the radio, thought, what is that? This is exactly what it's about. Items in your home that you no longer want, you can actually send in to get valued and get money for those items that are just sitting around, and use that money perhaps towards a new phone, a holiday, a dinner out, taking the kids out for a day.
Let's run you through how easy it is to take advantage of the offer, because you're going to send for a postage pack. It's really simple. It's either on the phones or on the website. Your free postage label and selling guide will come out to you. All you've got to do is call the call centre 0800 246 5508 or go to the website vintagecashcow.co.uk. The great bonus and the reason to do it right now is if you quote shop on either on the web or on the phone, you'll get an extra £25 on the value of your box.
That's amazing, isn't it? So if your box is worth £75, Vintage Cash Cow will offer you £100. If your box is worth £100, your Vintage Cash Cow will offer you £125. But you do need that code, and you do need to do it right now. It is for 24 hours, but you'll forget tomorrow. Get onto the website, get onto the phones, and do it right now. And then forget about it. Wait for your labels to arrive, and just look around the house at things that you don't really look at anymore. And the 5-star reviews are amazing.
Brilliant, brilliant reviews and testimonials. In fact, let's listen what Heather had to say.
Hello, I'm Heather from Glasgow. I recently had some items that were taking up space and of no interest to any of the younger family members. Just some jewellery and knickknacks. I gave Vintage Cash Cow a call and received the paperwork within a day or two. I got a box and I wrapped everything securely and took to the post office. The prepaid labels were so helpful, and the lady in the post office seemed to know the procedure well. In a couple of days I got a call from a nice chap who mentioned the items that I had sent, and I got a cash offer there and then. Having no sentimental value to anyone else, I accepted the offer and the money was paid into my account the very same day. It was so easy. I'm now looking for more items to send. I would recommend this to anyone. There's no problem if you don't get what you had hoped for. They will send your items back to you with no charge. I'd say give it a try. You might just be quids in.
Love that.
Oh, we love it.
You might be quids in. I love that.
I love it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And we might be quids in because we've got some boxes here. Are these real boxes that have been sent in?
Yeah, these are real. I've actually spoken to these people as
Brilliant.
well. So
Brilliant.
Fabulous.
They're all real. They all came in and, yeah, really, really.
So what do? We send for our free label.
You send for your postage pack, just sign up, call or register on the site, send the pack out to you. Once you've got your pack, we'll give you a call, try and help you through the process, tell you what to put in, what not to put in.
So you'll advise the best things.
We advise. There's always a team of people on hand to help with that. We'll always help people to do that. And it's important because we've proved that people having a call, they get 30 to 40% more for their box in money because they know what to put in.
Because you give them the top tips.
They get the tips.
I like it.
The great team of people. That
you are so helpful, and a lot of the 5-star reviews say exactly that. What a great team you've got.
We've just put 2 more on. Eva and Sam have just come on. And they've just joined
well
to help
done,
people.
team.
Now we woke them up.
Now, where are...
Oh, brilliant. Love it.
Where are you based?
Leeds.
It's Leeds, isn't it?
So it's a UK call. Yeah. And it's a free phone call.
Free phone
call.
The
website obviously is completely free. Everything's free.
Yes. You know, and the wonderful thing is that you can do everything all in one go. That's the nature of the service.
Right.
And, I mean, we talk about it now, this day and age. The circular economy is a big, big thing. And what we try and do is make sure that everything that comes in goes back out and is used again. So it's going round in a circle. And we've had stuff that we've bought one time, gone out again, resold it, come back again. So there's real circular economy.
Yeah,
you know,
I love
that's amazing.
Yeah, very good.
Now, we've got 3 different boxes in front of us.
Okay.
To give you some ideas, but...
So this one here, I personally
I
spoke to these people for one reason.
Right, okay.
The person that sent this box in here, they
and
sent
is this
this
good
in.
to put some packaging like
Always put something in, always keep it nice and packed. If you've got some bags, if you've got loose things like costume jewellery, try and keep them together. I mean, that it's not particularly valuable, but it still adds value to your box.
Yeah.
That's quite modern. But this piece here, somebody's put that in thinking it was silver because it's got a mark on there, but it actually says EP&S, which is electroplated nickel silver.
Okay.
So we always say not all marks are hallmarks. If it had a big lion on it, it would be silver, and it'd be worth 150, 200 pounds, but it's worth 10 or 20 pounds because it's not silver.
Right.
So I spoke to these people, and whereas we've got here something, we've got some cars here. These are old toys, but these are only from the 80s or 90s, so they're not really old. Had it been something like this, an old toy, it can be worth upwards of £100. So they do have a value, but not huge. And then in here, there's a teddy bear. He's a bit threadbare.
Oh, he's a bit tired.
Now you'd think, oh well, just throw him out. He's not worth anything.
Well, you would think that, and people would, and they generally do. But if you put this in, this will be rehomed. It'll go to a junior collector.
So you won't put that into landfill?
No. Somebody will buy that, and they will take it, and they'll repair it and make it like
Restore it.
Restore it. And you get these sites like Etsy and things like that, where people do all this kind of work, and then they'll resell it again.
Bring him back to life.
Yeah, so it's just going round
love
and round. And this one here, this box is not very valuable, probably £50 or something.
Well, it'd be £75 with us today.
It would indeed.
Yeah,
it's got a little
we'd add on
Olympus
25.
trip camera in here, but I do know with this one that the lens isn't good on it. So had it have been a better lens in and not worth it at a higher value.
And you explain all that when you talk to people.
Exactly, all these things. And then we've got some bits of brassware in here, an old cowbell in there, you know, another one here, and something. Oh no, they've taken all the bells out.
There's no ding-a-ling.
No ding-a-ling.
And what's this? Because I looked at this and I thought, oh gosh, took me back to school sort of thing. I didn't have one as old as this.
Well, I've got to be honest, it's not what's in here. I didn't think was in here.
I thought it was a glasses case.
Well, I thought it was an etui. I thought it was a sewing kit, but it's actually
I thought
not.
it was glasses. Look at that.
It's a protractor set and a little compass and things like that for drawing. So quite a nice little thing.
Very cool.
You know, and somebody will buy that and somebody will have it either
And what
on display.
sort of money? Obviously, prices will always vary.
It's not very valuable, you know,
No.
£10, £15 or something. It's not a lot of money, but it's still something. Somebody would throw that away.
It all adds up, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course it does. So this is, you know, a perfect example of a box like that, and then you've got a little silver coin in there as well. A little set of coins in there. But that one actually isn't silver, sorry. It's just a Jubilee, and they look valuable, but that's only worth 25p.
Right.
You know, so it might look like it's worth a lot of money, but it actually isn't worth a lot of money.
So the box value is about
£50.
About £50.
Yeah,
But again, if you've got code ShopOn, your box will be £75.
That's that one there.
Because you'll get that extra £25, which is our special offer
And there's a little
tonight. Look, I love the fact as well, nothing goes into landfill. Everything gets repurposed, rehomed, reloved. Let me put my packaging back in.
Get it
There
back
you go.
in there. It's
Another
important.
car as well.
Oh, that's it.
Don't you be putting anything in
And if you
your
go onto the website, it gives you loads of ideas of all the things you can put in and all the things you can't. And the book that comes with it as well gives you loads of ideals. But actually, we can, if anyone wants advice, they can email you, can't they?
They can email, they can call somebody and talk to somebody. The more they talk, the more idea they get. And it's free to talk.
I love that.
So just speak to somebody. You know, it's really good to have the conversation, get the help. We'll even have people that will call us when they're going around the home. They've got the mobile.
I love
and
it.
they're packing the box up.
Should I put this in?
Should I put this in? Should I put that in? And it's kind of a live thing, so the experience is good as well.
So do check out all the different ways as well of getting in touch. But tonight, do make sure you get those labels, because those labels are going to give you that free delivery delivered to vintagecashcow.co.uk. They'll check and value it within about 7 working days. They'll give you a price. If you want it, they can actually give you the money on that day. If you say, yes, I'll have that.
How great is that?
Amazing.
What a bonus. Website or phones, completely up to you, but make sure you use the code. ShopOn is your code. You've probably seen Vintage Cash Cow or heard it on the radio, but you might have seen the TV adverts. So let's take a little look at this.
My favourite thing about Vintage Cash Cow is the ease. I sent cameras and gold chains, silver. That's my phone.
Is it?
They make it terribly easy because you can sell everything in one go. I mean, Vintage Cash Cow really is a brilliant idea. I mean, the money's obviously very nice, so I'm a happy bunny with it.
Hi, my name's Nick Mellors. I'm antique specialist at Vintage Cash Cow. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make some money selling your old valuables using the Vintage Cash Cow website. So, how does it work? Step 1, go to the website and sign up for your free postage pack. Step 2, Fill any box with any items you want to send. Step 3. Post your box or arrange to have it collected. Step 4. Receive your offer within just 3 days. Step 5. Accept the offer and have the money in your bank the same day, or decline the offer and have the items posted back to you free of charge.
And it's so great that everything is free of charge.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You've got nothing to lose at all today.
There's no reason not to get
No, even
that
if you
pack.
change your mind, or perhaps it wasn't as much as you'd like, they will actually return the box free of charge. However, it could be, oh my word, I didn't think for a minute it was worth that much, which is amazing.
It really is. It's not just us on the show. We've got the whole team from Vintage Cash Cow with us here tonight. We've seen Anthony, one of the co-founders. You'll recognise this next gentleman. If you like your antiques, I think, you'll recognise this gentleman from a certain programme in the daytime. It's lovely to have you with us, David. You are, again, one of the experts who comes to see this vast array of product that arrives at Vintage Cash Cow, aren't you?
Indeed, yes, and I've seen some amazing things come. I mean, all these things on this table, most people have got in the house, haven't
Yeah.
they? Pens in the drawers, coins, out-of-date holiday money, medals that belong to the
That's
family.
why it's a great
Laid
way
in the drawer
to...
doing nothing.
Yes, yeah.
That's it, absolutely. And what would be good items to put? What would you look at this table and think, ooh, that's a good one?
Well, medals are always very interesting and
Right.
worth a lot of money, certain ones, especially the First World War. Most of the things on this table have got a value. Well, they have got a value, all of the things on the table. Watches, especially the mechanical watches, not so much
This will
the
be quite
quartz
valuable.
watches.
Oh,
What's that?
Don't forget, people send things to auction and have to pay a commission. There's no commission.
So true. I think someone emailed in and said, oh, do you have to pay a commission
Not
or
at
anything?
all.
There's no
No
cost
fees,
at
no
all,
commission.
Well,
is
that's
there?
the secret. No commission of his. I mean, I first met David. I mean, I've known of David for many, many years, but I first met David really in probably about 2010, 2011 when I used to go to a trade fair to see David there, and obviously David's quite, you know, recognisable, and a lot of people would see him, and I'd be saying, oh look, there's that guy off the TV, and we'd be at these trade fairs, and David always used to come to our trade stand because we always had a lot of product. This is before we actually started the postal service, and I got to know David really well. And David joined us right from the beginning to help people understand, because it's very difficult setting a business up like this. You need people to understand that you understand what you're doing as well, and the knowledge that people like David and Mark and, you know, other people bring to the business. It's very important.
Business.
You know, and it helps people, and David's helped make the business unique as well. Everybody's played a part, and you know, it wasn't easy at the beginning. It's been a difficult ride, but now when you look at where we are, we forget sometimes just how many people we're actually servicing. You know, thousands of people every week are using the service.
Brilliant.
And you know,
That's thousands of boxes you're getting delivered.
thousands and thousands of
And you've
boxes.
given out millions, haven't you?
Yeah, we've paid out. I've seen some of the numbers on here, and I'm going to have a word with somebody later because the number's wrong. We've actually paid out to members of the public over £30 million.
That's an extra 10 million to
an
what
extra
we
10,
had.
and that's only in the last week.
Oh.
That was one box.
Not
No, that's no, I'm kidding.
You're jesting.
Yes, I jest. No, it adds up so quickly, and as the boxes become more and more and more, you don't realise just how much money you're spending with the public all the time. I mean, it is, and people need the money, and people use the money for good things.
Yeah.
They've got the stuff sat in the homes doing absolutely nothing.
In the drawers.
And you know,
in
the
boxes, in the shed,
we've all
in the
got it.
attic.
We've all got things like
that. Absolutely.
That's why it's such a great
cameras that we haven't
service.
used for years.
And I think that's why it's for everybody, isn't it?
And also, when I mean, David comes sometimes, we actually talk to the client. We don't just value, we'll go and speak to the clients as well. So if somebody's got something, and I'll say sometimes to David, oh, will you speak to this person?
Fabulous.
You know more about. So David will speak to them, as will Mark. So, you know, I mean, I picked this up earlier.
Yeah.
This here is a pen from little pen set from a famous
little
maker,
Swiss designer.
Little Mont Blanc pen set.
Lovely.
But, you know, these can be hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
Now, these aren't like from the 1800s, 1900s. You know, these are like 30, 40 years old. So things don't have to necessarily be really old to be valuable. You know, even like with a piece of gold, it doesn't have to be old to be valuable.
Right.
A broken ring doesn't have to be really old. It can be 10 years old and still have a value for its weight of gold, with the price being so high. The same with pieces of silver that don't have to be so high. And even with currency. You know, currency has a value as currency. So all of those things, you know, make it better for the clients all the time. And the unique thing is that you're not just clearing one little thing. We give the opportunity to do everything in one go.
Because otherwise you're going to car boots or you're going to auctions or you're...
Selling gold here, silver there.
Yeah, and if you go to a car boot sale and you ask somebody 50 quid for something and it's worth 500, you know, it's a... You know, why...
And they only want to give you 25p anyhow, don't they? Especially when it gets towards the end of the day, I'll give you 25p. And I haven't stood here all day
I've
for
done
that.
many house clearances and I've seen people throw things like this in the bin liners. And
I can believe it.
didn't think it was worth it.
No.
Yeah.
That's why you're working with such a team of experts.
Yes.
And I love the fact that you've got experts in all the fields. But Mark was saying earlier, oh, if I don't know, I'll go and say to so-and-so, what about this? Or get more advice.
I think you'll find with this business, it's there's an old saying, if you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. Now, David's 93 now. I know he doesn't... So David's getting on a little bit.
You want me to
but it's every single... It's not far off. But every single day, David is in this business from early morning till late at night. He doesn't have, you know, work one day a week. David works 7...
But yeah, it is. It's part of you,
It's a passion.
Yeah.
But I've watched this business grow. Since I've met Anthony.
Which is
been
fabulous.
How it's taken off.
Yeah.
Because it's
well,
for
it deserves
everybody.
to, because it's fantastic.
There's nothing else like it, really,
no
is
fees,
there?
no commission. You send it and you don't have to sell it.
There you go.
Nothing to lose at all.
The auction houses don't like it.
I bet they don't.
No, it's kind of a different thing. I think we are more of a, you know, if you want to go to somewhere like a, you know, a Sotheby's or one of these big auction houses, they're looking for things for millions of pounds. We're in a different... We're giving people the opportunity, with the help of the people like Vicky and the experts, to actually declutter, sell the things, clear the homes out, get some money, help the circular economy, get the stuff moving round again, and really making sure that everything gets rehomed, rehoused, and, you know, it's winner all the way, you know, down the line for everybody.
It's
really.
so interesting, isn't it? Every time you open a box, and another
must be like
exciting box.
Like Christmas every single day, isn't it? See what's inside that box. I mean, so excited. And those items could be yours, and those items that you don't touch, you don't look at, that have been in the roof for donkey's years, that have been in that drawer that don't shut, that brass that you have to clean that's driven you absolutely mad. You could actually pop it into that box and they could offer you money. They could give you that money on that day if you're happy with what they've offered you, and you could be going out with that money. You could put that towards a new phone, a holiday, taking the kids out for a day.
And to have that expert advice is brilliant. Free postage and returns, no obligation, and it's hassle-free. All you're going to do is fill that box. It's quick, it's easy, and it's fully insured. And whatever they value your box at, it means that you'll get an extra £25 on top of that valuation.
That's great.
That's our exclusive. That's why you should do it now. Get your pack. So £25 on your offer. If they offer you £100 for your box, you get £125.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
So you get £25 more than it was worth.
Bonus.
You're in a win-win situation, and if you honestly, you can't go wrong. It's all completely free. It's incredible. Check everything out, of course, on vintagecashcow.co.uk or jump onto the phones. But
we've got to take a look at some more reviews and testimonials because on Trustpilot, thousands, over 16,000.
16,000 reviews.
Yeah, brilliant.
4.6 out of 5.
Let's take a look at some of those reviews right now.
Hello, my name is Rachel and I live in London. I have used Vintage Cash Cow for about 5 different postages now and made more money than I thought was possible, so much so that it's paying for me and my family to go on an incredible holiday this summer to Kefalonia in Greece, which we're super excited about. I have made a video before, a little promo video, talking about Vintage Cash Cow. It's an amazing company. We've basically been sending contents of my late mother-in-law's house that was full of vintage stuff to you, jewellery, old toys, clocks, watches, other bits and bobs, and you've given us money for all of it, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Wendy from Leeds, and over the years I've acquired, inherited and purchased loads of lovely vintage items that I no longer need or want. So what do I do with them? They're too nice to give away or throw away, and the thought of researching different dealers and then driving to different places with different items and different boxes was just too much for me. So they've sat in my garage gaining dust for years and years until I discovered Vintage Cash Cow. I put everything in one large box, posted it for free, and then sat back and chilled out until I got a quote off them. I was really happy with the quote, I accepted it, and it was paid into my account the very same day. And what did I do with that money? I used it for a girls' weekend away in Paris. Woohoo! And the icing on the cake, the stuff that I sent that wasn't of value and couldn't be used, Vintage Cash Cow recycled it for me so I could just forget about it and carry on. Win-win.
I love
that. Win-win.
Absolutely.
Happy day.
I love seeing their happy smiley
Yeah.
faces, you know. It's such a pleasure to sort of declutter, but then it's such a pleasure that you've got money coming in
Yeah,
as well.
and we are going to start right from the beginning for
yeah,
you if you have just joined us. We want you to go to the Vintage Cash Cow website because there it explains everything that you need to know about how to get this bonus £25 there.
Yeah.
All you've got to do is use our code ShopOn, but it's the easy way to sell all your old items in one go, isn't
So
it?
what we've done there, we've clicked on that get your free postage pack. You fill in your details, all there. It's all completely free of charge. Then you put your code in. You see there's a code option there. Put shop on. That will then add on an extra £25 onto the value of your box. So if your box is valued, all the goodies you've put in it, at £50, they'll actually offer you £75, which is amazing. And we're going to give you an idea of the items to put into your box, or things that you might actually throw out or just think are worthless. Could be giving you money to go in your pocket.
Yeah, the things that you have in your bedside drawer, things like jewellery, gold, silver.
That box in the attic.
Costume jewellery that you don't think's worth
Costume
anything.
jewellery, I've been really surprised. And some items that you might think are costume jewellery that's perhaps been handed down to you might not be.
What about cameras? Everybody's
Yes.
got cameras, haven't they?
Yeah.
Coins, currency, things such as
Designer
that.
sunglasses and things we
Yes.
saw.
Yeah.
Actually, if you go on the website, you can click on and it'll tell you all the things they do actually accept. And then you can click onto all those items and it gives you more detail of each item. And then there you go, that's what we do buy. And you can see there's what we don't buy. So you can click onto each. So we're looking at these first of all, and you can click onto the cameras, you can click onto the watches. They'll even accept watches that aren't working, that are perhaps, you know, broken. They repurpose everything. That's what I
Now,
love.
here's toys. Now, it's vintage toys we're talking about. It's not modern toys, obviously, but you can see things like those
look at those
corgi
peg-
cards.
the
Look at that
peg
naked
dolls.
action man there.
Oh, my
Vintage
love.
action man.
He's worth a
Saucy,
fortune, isn't he? And of course, you've got vintage bears and things, teddy bears, vintage chess sets.
It's I think the best way to fill your box is to look on that website at what Vintage Cash Cow want from you. And I think you'll have items in each and every
You can
section.
fill your box and you can fill your pockets. Perhaps,
I
with money.
like that.
Oh,
I like that.
And this is the great thing. And all things that you would you just don't look at or you would just waste. Honestly, it's amazing. But we'll talk you through it in more detail.
So if you have just joined us, we've got two fabulous guests who've joined
We've
us.
had lots of lovely guests
We've
tonight,
never
haven't
had
we?
this many guests. It's
been
brilliant.
fantastic.
Every 5 minutes you're changing. It's
Our entourage.
That's
Our
what
little
it is.
entourage, yes.
The
We've
whole
never had so
team.
many people in.
No,
It's been amazing.
I've got to tell you, most of the people we've brought are normally in bed by this time. They go to bed at 8 o'clock, some of them. All the ones with the knowledge do, anyway.
They'll be late into work tomorrow.
And I've given them the morning off. They're all right.
That's good.
Vicky's got to get up early.
LA bound.
So, Anthony and Vicky join us on this section of the show. Anthony, when it comes to Vintage Cash Cow, you're one of the co-founders, aren't you?
Yes, I am indeed, and we've created a bit of a monster, to be honest with you. Yeah, from the postman coming the first day with 6 boxes. You know, it's now like 1,000 boxes a day, so it's a day. Yeah. So we've gone from a very small little garage to a very large purpose-built facility.
Wow.
We're now building another one at the moment.
Wow.
That we're going to be in before, well, by the beginning part of next year, which is very exciting for us. So there's lots of growth, and you know, lots of customers and lots of repeat customers and lots of people using the service, lots of people telling the friends about the service. And that's another good thing we actually forgot to mention. Once you've been a customer, if you refer a friend, you can have another £50. So you can earn some more money.
Why didn't we know about this before?
Because they haven't told you everything. Another
We've got
bonus.
loads of friends. We could.
We've got lots of friends.
I mean, that's great, and that is the lovely thing.
Yeah.
You want people to get involved. It's exciting for you, isn't it?
Definitely.
To actually ring someone and say that something's worth something is so thrilling.
I mean, that's the really nice part about the business. It really is nice to, you know, given I've told you earlier, you know, one lady, I don't know how she managed to. She was probably, I told her to sit down. £73,000 one lady.
Did you ring her?
Yeah, I had to do. You know, so how do you deliver that message?
Oh,
you know, it's a
my goodness, that's like being the lottery call.
Goosebumps.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, and she didn't know. She had no idea. I mean, just no idea.
And yours might not be worth £73,000.
No,
the fact
they're
is,
not. Look.
there's lots of things that you might look at that you think are not worth something that you will possibly know are.
It's always the other way around. What you think is, we don't, and what it's kind of reverse opposites, you know, which is a strange thing. But I mean, I don't know how you feel, Vicky, but when you go to help somebody with the home, and I'm not going to call it decluttering because it's not. We're talking about what do we do, Vicky?
It's decluttering, but I am a professional organiser.
She's a professional organiser, you see. I need one of those in my life.
Yes, we all need. Actually, we all need a Vicky, don't we?
We do.
You know, but I think when Vicky is actually helping somebody, I don't think they're actually thinking about the amount of money they can make. They're more thinking about the space and the pleasure it brings to their life doing the decluttering. Whereas, you know, it comes to our side and it's about them getting some money. So it kind of goes hand in glove really well.
It really does, because I think that knowing that there is somewhere for it so easily to go that they could make money from is sometimes the difference between, do I get rid of this or do I not?
Yeah,
it helps.
Do I get rid of it? Well, actually, I know somewhere you can literally put it in a box, send it off, get a free valuation. It's all free.
Because it would be, you'd have to go to loads of different things to get rid of certain, or try to sell certain things, whereas it's all in one box to one place.
It's the difference between, honestly, them getting rid of something, or lots of things, and not.
And just
because
going,
the to-do list
I'm
of
not
going,
sure.
I've got to go here to get the gold, here to get the silver done, here to watch the jewellery. You don't have to do that. It's one box.
All goes in one box.
Yeah, I can't say it enough.
And it's so simple,
easy.
isn't it?
Yeah. Totally. In one box, send it off. And also the no obligation. So, you know, sometimes there's this sort of fear of parting with something, obviously, especially if it might be sentimental or... But deep down, people know they do want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
They don't like it, or they don't want it in their life anymore. If you then say there is no obligation, don't worry, because, you know, if you don't get the money that you want for this, you can just get it back. People are even more likely to. And then when they do get offered something and it's gone out of their lives already, maybe they haven't missed it, it's like, well, there's a great bonus. I've just got some money for it now. I don't want it back.
And I love what you because you experienced it yourself, didn't you, initially, before you got involved?
I did. I was clearing out a family member's home. And, you know, I did actually send quite a number of things off. But one of the things that really... you know, I thought about was there's this enormous drawer of cutlery, and I thought, where am I going to put that? I haven't got anywhere to put that. Where am I going to sell it? I'll send it to the charity shop. No, I won't. I won't send it to the charity shop. So I put it in the box and I sent it off, and the call I got said, look, it's not silver, but it is silver plated, so we're still going to give you some money, and it was a really decent amount of money. So that was that. You know, I've saved that much space in my house.
Yeah. And what did you do with the money?
With the money, I took my family out for a meal, which is
fabulous,
thinking of the loved one, and it's sort of in their memory. So it's a really positive thing.
I love that.
Really
and there's so many reasons to tidy up, declutter, however you want to word it.
You might be downsizing, like you
said. You might be going from a big house to a smaller house, and you've got to get rid of some of that stuff. It may be that you've inherited things that just don't fit into your home, but you don't just want to throw them out. The lovely thing is when they go to Vintage Cash Cow, they will sort of be rehomed and reloved.
Yeah, and it's really simple and straightforward. If you want to, if you want to get involved, it is free. All you're going to do is get yourself a free postage label and selling guide. You can do that on the call centre. The team are in the call centre right now. 0800 246 5508. In fact, they're so busy they've had to call extra people in.
I know.
And
Got
to
people
wake
out of
people
bed.
up. And so if you want to call the call centre, do just quote shop on to get that extra bonus £25. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Or go to the website, vintagecashcow.co.uk. When you go to the website, you're just going to click on a green button. We'll tell you that in a moment, but it's this 3 easy
It's
steps.
as easy as that. You box it, you send it, you sell it, and it's all completely free of charge. All those unwanted sort of valuables, you might not even think they're valuables, but pop them into that box. On the website, it gives you a great idea. You'll send it in, or they will collect it from your home if you can't get to a post office.
Yeah, you can arrange that.
And then they'll give you a price in around about 7 working days. And if you decide that it's the right price, they'll give you that money virtually on the day.
Yeah, how great is that? But
Amazing.
if you don't want to accept the offer, they'll send it back
Which
free
is
of charge.
fantastic. Nothing to lose.
Really no risk. So on the website, really straightforward and easy to go through and get that offer that you see there. £25 extra on your box valuation.
Check out that code, Shop On. We'll show you where to put that code, because that is going to give you, and that is our special with Shop on TV, is that you'll get an extra £25 on the value of your box. So go to get your free postage pack. You see it right there. It takes you through to this page, and it's easy. I know the answer to all these questions.
You do. Your title,
and I'm rubbish at
your
quizzes and
name,
things.
your address, your email address, contact number, because then they want to call you and advise you what to put in your box. But very important is that you put the code in. The coupon code SHOP ON, and you'll get that extra £25 on your box valuation.
Right.
So if they value your box at £50,
add on 25, £75.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Value
£75,
your box.
£100,
Yeah,
£100,
yeah.
£125.
An extra £25.
£200, £225.
You've got it now, haven't you?
Yes.
My word, you'll be on countdown before we know it.
I know. Gosh, I can add up in 25s like you won't believe. £300, £325.
Oh gosh, it's
but
good.
that, I mean, that is only a special. Now the special is for 24 hours, up until midnight tomorrow. However, you want to do it right now, because I know if you're like me, I'll forget tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Do
will
it
be
now.
busy. Well, today actually now, because we're into tomorrow, aren't we? And that'll be busy, and you'll think, then it'll be the next day. What's the next day?
I don't know what day it is today, to be fair.
And you'll think, I can get that extra £25, and then you were too late. So do
That's
it
why
right
do it
now,
now.
because it's all free. Just do it right now.
Now we've come here to look at the
I love this
selection
table.
of some of the things that you can put into your box.
A little bit of everything.
Yes.
Don't be shy, don't be afraid. If you're not sure, put it in the box. Or like we were saying before, because you sign up for the service, we send the brochure, the postage labels. You receive it like this as an envelope there.
Lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. And you'll receive this, and when you get this, you'll know what the kinds of items. Then we encourage.
It's great this actually, because it gives you a really good idea. It's all on the website as well. But you are really good. If you've got any questions, you can get in touch.
Well, we
can't
then
you?
encourage you to have a phone call so that we can explain to you what to put in. And it's proven that if you have a phone call, you can make between 30 and 40% more
because of the advice.
Because you've had the advice and
It's
you know
like
what.
you're giving the top tips.
The top tips of what to put, because we know what is going to get you most money. It's like if you look at this here, obviously, you know, a piece of gold's going to fetch more money than a piece of gold plate. So if you've got something like that, a broken ring, a broken chain, it doesn't have to be perfect.
And what happens if someone's looking at some gold and they think it's gold, they're not sure if it's gold or gold? Still send it?
Well, we get that all the time. You must send it.
Yeah.
We check it. We have some machines that it's not done, we just do it by eye. We have some very, very expensive machinery that we put your gold on, and it tells us exactly what it is, what carat it is, what weight it is. It tells us everything. But very expensive machinery. We didn't have it at the beginning. It was all done by eye. So we've got all this now, so we know immediately that anything comes in, whether it is. But it doesn't necessarily have to be gold. It doesn't have to be silver. It doesn't, it can be anything. The idea is that you're decluttering, get as much in that box as you possibly can, clear the space out, make some money for yourself and the family. And like was, we do live in a world of the circular economy now. I mean, I was in China last week, and I visited a store in China that was it sold second-hand handbags, and it had over 10,000 pieces of Louis Vuitton handbags and luggage in one store, one place in Shanghai. And like you look at it like it's crazy. So people want to buy. People are not necessarily looking to buy new anymore. People want to, we live in a different kind of time now where people want to buy things that have been used, something with a bit of character, something that means something, nice coloured beads, or, it's not all about going out and buying something new anymore. It's about using what's out there, and people do tend to buy into that. You must see that a lot as well.
They do, and it's changed so much. I'd say even over the last sort of 10, 15 years, it's gone from people not really necessarily visiting a a charity shop or somewhere second-hand that they can buy something to suddenly it is like the trend.
I was going to say, it's on trend. Yeah,
Your sister
definitely.
loves it,
My
doesn't
sister
she?
loves a
It's
charity
got
shop.
a
Loves
history.
it, yeah.
You buy something second-hand, there's a history to it, and anyone who likes even history a little bit, that's
Yeah.
fascinating.
It means-
Who had it before? Where's it been? Has it been around the world? There's so much.
And you're doing
more
something good as
interesting.
well, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's the
And
other
so many businesses,
Completely.
and all the businesses now. I mean, you just look, you've got Pre-Loved, you've got people on eBay,
Yeah.
you've got people on Etsy. It's the way that things are being done now. So, you know, we need all of the product. Go looking in your home, get in the garage, get in the shed and get in the attic, load a box up, get yourself a load of money. Don't bin it, box it,
Yeah.
and send it in. That's the key.
And we're looking at some of the things. You've got medals, you've got jewellery, you've got costume jewellery. You've got a necklace here that...
No, yeah, you talked about this one before,
This
these
one.
beads.
Yeah, Millefiore, that.
Now, for me, I'd have no idea what that was worth, but for me, I think I wouldn't wear that.
Well, it's going to make £60 or £70 if you've got one.
No, I wouldn't think twice about just giving that away.
No, there are copies of that don't make that
Of
kind of money. It's
course.
like this
Yeah.
here, this is amber. If
This
it's
one
real
is
amber, the yellow one, if it's real, it can be £300 or £400. But if it's only fake amber, it can be 20 or 30.
But
We
you
still-
know that's the
but we
great
know,
thing, yeah.
But it's still got a value as well.
Look, everything has a value. And I was saying earlier, you know, the person that put this watch in a box, this made, you know, a 5-figure sum. So, but this watch came without a box, without a guarantee. Had it have had everything with it, it'd have been worth maybe a third again on top of it. But when I tell somebody the price of this and they're getting a 5-figure sum and they're shocked with it.
And they actually didn't realise it was worth that much.
No idea whatsoever, just no idea. It's just, and it's great to be able to deliver them pieces of, you know, to deliver that. And we even buy, I mean, that's a piece of paperwork from a Rolex watch. But we can even buy that because we can resell it. We don't have the watch. But
Don't you even buy watch boxes of certain types?
Boxes, jewellery boxes, empty
I
boxes.
tell my clients this, and they're fascinating.
No, because I've got a
Keep the
room full
box,
of empty
keep the
boxes,
box.
yeah.
Well,
I
I mean,
always keep the boxes.
We're not very happy. The local undertaker's not very happy about us selling empty boxes. Apparently, he's got a licence to the only one to sell empty boxes. But no, we do buy lots and lots of.
Should we move
empty,
on?
We do buy lots of empty boxes. I mean, it is crazy. It's absolutely crazy how this business is. I mean, like I said to you, it's gone from a tiny little thing to a massive organisation, and with the help of all the people around us, it really is.
And you will have all that advice on what to put in your box, in your
And do
pack.
go onto the website as well, because it
Yes.
tells you what you can send and what they won't buy, sort of thing. And really, on the whole, what they won't buy is like things that will really break, so like china and porcelain, things
But
like
all
that.
that
to send
advice
in
is there
post,
as well, what
and
not to
clothes
send.
and
Yeah.
records at the minute, you know. But have a little look, fill that box up with as many items as you can. You can go up to 30 kilograms in weight. It's all completely free, and it will get valued for you, and you decide whether if that's the right amount for you or not.
And you're exclusive if you do it tonight with us and use that code SHOP on an extra £25 on your box valuation. That's why so many of you have signed up tonight. Let's take a look at some of the reviews for this fabulous service.
Hi, I'm David from Chesterfield. I recently discovered a company called Vintage Cash Cow. They collect all old items that's been in drawers for years. We sent some spoons and cameras and stuff like that. They send you the labels to send the goods off. They can even collect them if you want. It doesn't cost you a penny. 7 days later, they phone up and say, this is what we think they're valued at. You say yes or no. We said yes. They sent us the money, and my wife immediately went off and bought 2 tickets with it to Lanzarote. Cheers. As soon as I get back home, I'm going to tell my mate Phil and Sharon about this. They ought to make someone like we do. You ought to try the same. Bye.
Hi, my name's Jenny. I come from Bristol. I like using Vintage Cash Cow because it's so easy. It's really so easy. You just pop the stuff in a box and send it away. I'm already on box 3. I'm going to spend the money on, well, I'm going to save the money. I'm popping it all in a little pot and saving up for a holiday. It's really great fun. It's a brilliant way of spring cleaning to get rid of your stuff you don't want. Have fun. Bye.
I love seeing all these 5-star reviews.
And they're great descriptions. That lady said about a spring clean. Can you imagine? It's that whole refresh, isn't it? There's lots more testimonials and reviews. As like we said, with Trustpilot, you can see
over 16,000
reviews. Let's take a look at some of them here on this description from Annette. Annette said they're simple from start to finish. We like that. The whole process from receiving the labels to packing and sending items, so simple. Then getting Charlie's lovely call this morning with an offer far exceeded my expectations. Thank you all. That's Annette there. Caroline said, wow, had a call from Grady, who works for Vintage Cash Cow, with an offer I never expected. Superb. Grady was super professional and a really friendly guy. That's lovely, isn't it, when you receive that kind of service? One more from Penny. This is my second experience with Vintage Cash Cow, and again, it couldn't have been easier. I had a nice phone call within 3 days of sending my parcel to them, and I accepted their good offer. And that's what's up to you, isn't it? You don't have to accept the offer if you're not happy.
But that's the great thing. If you think, well, actually, I thought it was going to be more, or perhaps you just change your mind, perhaps it was a sentimental item and you think, well, actually, I'd rather have it back. And they'll actually return everything completely free of charge. You've got nothing to lose today at all. Just get onto the phones, and remember, they're there till 3 a.m, or get onto the website and just sign up for the free labels.
Yep.
All you do is provide the box, and we were just saying, I bet you've got an Amazon box somewhere that you could just put it into, and then you find the items in your home that you're not using, you don't look at anymore. So fill in here, it's really simple, your name, your address, you've got all the details, your email, your phone number. That's where the difference is. You see the coupon code, put shop on, because if you pop that on, that will actually give you an extra £25 on your value of your box. So if someone is sending in a box, or if you send in a box in and Vintage Cash Cow value it, it's going to be £75. They'll say, well, actually, it's worth £75, but we're going to give you 100 because you signed up with the shop on code.
Love that.
How great is that? Now, it is for 24 hours. It isn't up until midnight, but what we're saying is we forget, don't we, tomorrow? Well, today now, isn't it? I've forgotten what day it is. So you want to do it right now this minute, and it's all free. So do it right now this minute, and you know that you've definitely not missed out on that £25, because tomorrow will be too late.
Yes, of course it will.
Wednesday you'll think, I'll do that Vintage Cash Cow thing, and it'll be too late. You won't get the extra £25.
Hundreds of you have already done it. It's a brilliant offer.
They brought more people into the call centre because they've been so busy. How amazing is that?
So busy. It's lovely. And it's our first show here at Shop on TV with Vintage Cash Cow. We've had a great team of guests join us. Lots of the experts. Mark, you're one of the experts with Vintage Cash Cow, and you've got a couple of years' experience in the industry.
40 years too long.
Can't believe it, sir. So have you got a specific area that you work in?
Predominantly jewellery, but I do love coins and medals. It was something I was brought up with and I studied. And
is that where your passion came first of all?
Yeah. You know, learning from my grandfather and my father, them giving me so many years of knowledge and just learning, soaking all that information up, and now being able to use that to everybody's benefit.
How brilliant.
How great is that? Now, I know you specialise in coins and jewellery, but I've got a box here.
Yes.
And just as Anthony was leaving, because we were just talking about watch boxes being, could be valuable, this box, empty box, watch box, he told me that that would be worth £20.
That's right. You have a vintage box there, probably made in the 30s, made for a wristwatch. Probably I would say, looking at this, it would have been a gentleman's watch. It's quite a good size for what we call the head of the watch there. Velvet, handmade. I mean, what are you got to remember? This is tooled leather, and under there, under this piece of velvet, there is a shaped fitment that has been made for that watch.
Wow.
That has been made for a Pacific watch.
Fantastic.
Wonderful. I mean, the reason why we look even on the see a little bit of gold tooling on the top.
Gosh,
that little bit there. Yes, it's got a bit of damage, but that makes it special. It's got that bit of age. It's telling you a story.
It's a little bit of life,
It's
isn't
a
it?
bit of life. And, you know...
It's like your crow's feet
on
a box.
Oh, I thought one had gone.
Not yours, mine. I didn't mean you personally. Now, obviously, you can send in your watch boxes. They're not all going to be worth £20, but the great thing is you don't know. They're boxes you could just throw away. And, of course, Vintage Cash Cow, they know the value of all these items.
Yeah, because you've got that whole range of experts and you work alongside lots of different fields of expertise, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, watch boxes, just as an example, if it's got the right name in the top, one of those wonderful names like Cartier or Van Cleef, it's going to be worth more money.
Right.
You know, you're going to get more for it. You know, so we never know till that box arrives and we open it and we look inside there. And that's the beauty.
Wow.
We know. At Vintage Cash Cow, we can tell you.
Now, we were talking before about offers over the phone or advice over the phone. You said you need to see it, you need to feel the item.
Gotta have it in front of you. Gotta be in my hands there now. This great example. I'm looking at it, I can feel it, I can see and the touch, how old it is. It's just, when it's there, you know straight away.
Yeah.
It's telling me.
Over the phone or you're describing it, or a photograph, like you say, you perhaps wouldn't know it was handmade and blah-de-blah, because
Absolutely.
you can't see that.
You get an idea,
Yeah.
but an idea is not what those people want. You want to tell them what it is, not an idea what it is.
Yeah.
You want to say, this is this. And honestly, this is a lovely little box and, you know, it's great. Send it in. Things like that.
Amazing, isn't
All
it?
my clients about this.
This is a
At
new
your
one.
old box.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Not just watch boxes. Old ring boxes.
Yeah.
Old, you know, when you're given a gift.
I keep all the boxes.
Exactly.
All of them, because you think because it's a gift, you don't want to throw that box away.
No, and you'll be surprised how many Victorian boxes still exist.
Wow.
People don't know they're Victorian.
And you wouldn't know the value. You wouldn't know that it had
You'd just think it was an empty box, wouldn't you, really?
Well, most people would throw them away.
Of course.
I mean, we're going from one extreme to another, aren't we? We're going from an empty watch box, which that particular box is worth around about £20, to medals, to actual watches, to silver, to gold, to costume jewellery.
You can imagine, because you declutter people's houses, don't you?
Absolutely.
You must see a massive array of things that'd be perfect.
Treasure trove of things that could come in, and you know, and that's why we're always telling our clients about it, because, you know, I've said it so many times, but if you have a lot of things that you want to get rid of, often things have a to-do list attached to them. You know, we've got to take this one here, we've got to do this with that one, we've got to phone up this person about that one. You know, this is putting everything in one box. It's taking all that hassle away. You do one thing.
I bet your clients can't believe it, can they?
No, I think this is the thing. A lot of people are, hold on. Tell me that again.
Yeah.
What, one box? What, it's
for all
free.
these different things.
What do you mean they can send it back for free? And it's like, yes, and yes. Free, yes, and it's simple. So it's not too good to be true, because it is true and it is very accurate. And, you know, I've been lucky enough to go behind the scenes because I'm an ambassador. And it's fascinating seeing these experts walking around. It's just the most amazing professional environment ever. And I can tell my clients and I can tell people about that side of it because I've been there.
It's so nice.
I was like, wow.
You see the pleasure of people sort of decluttering and having that calmness in their home. And then Vintage Cash Cow see the enjoyment of you actually getting money for things that you thought probably were worthless. It's fabulous.
Now, it's really important to let you know what you can send and what you can't, and it's all listed on the website. What we do buy and what we don't buy is right there. So what we do buy: costume jewellery, silver and silver plate, cameras, watches, gold. And when you go through, they'll explain in even more depth. Here you can see your costume jewellery. Well, take a look at the different sections that you're advised with. And this will also be in your welcome pack when you send for your label. That advice will be there. There'll be even more advice when they call you from the call centre to say, give you a bit of advice on how to, what they call boosting your box.
They're really, really helpful. They want to speak to you. They want to give you sort of top tips on how to get extra money in your box. And people do ring them sometimes, and as they're going around the house saying, well, I've got this, do you think I should put that in my box? And they're like, yes, put that in, or no, don't put that in. But the website is really handy. The actual postage pack you get is really handy. There's a handy booklet in there to give you loads of ideas. But the team are always there. They're there on the phones right now. They've brought extra people in because they were so busy. That's 0800 246 5508 if you want to jump on the phones and get your free...
exclusive number, isn't it?
It is, and it's they're there till 3 a.m. Or you can, of course, go straight onto the website and you can sign up there. And all you're signing up for is a free postage pack.
It's all
That's
free.
it.
It's all free.
There's no commission, there's no fees.
No fees, no commission.
We like you.
I like you too.
Oh, that's good. There's mutual liking.
Reciprocity.
I like it.
Now, we've got a table here to give you a few ideas of items. But the unique thing with Vintage Cash Cow, I think, is because you do take such different items.
It's the variety. That's what makes the business work.
Yeah.
If all we were asking for is a watch or a lighter
or gold,
a pen or gold,
yeah,
it wouldn't be the same thing. But the whole idea of this is that you can send anything in a box up to 30 kilos. It's insured, it's free. We'll value it for you. We'll give you a price and we'll pay you the same day. So we take all the pain out of it. Of course, you could get some more money for it over the course of a year, selling every single thing in a different place. And
but you wouldn't.
And the time and the effort that you've got to put into it. At least with us, it comes in, it gets valued, we tell you the price, and you know it's a very, very simple process. And it's one that I'm proud to say we're probably the only person that does it at this scale. And you know. We are the only people that will take the variety of things all in one go, that will physically pay for it all, do everything for you, and you know without any obligation. You know you've got up to £10,000 worth of insurance. It's win-win.
It's safely delivered to you. If anybody changes their mind, you even return it free of charge.
And once it gets to us, it's under about 240 cameras. So from the minute it arrives, it's from coming off the back of the post wagon from Parcel Force all the way through the valuation. The minute it arrives in the building, it's scanned. You get an email and a text to say we've got your box.
It's really
then
good.
we tell you that we're now starting to value your box. Then we tell you we're going to send you an offer out, and then somebody will call you with the offer. And then if you don't want to take the offer, obviously we just post it back up and we send it back to you. It's as easy and as simple as that. Very ABCD.
And no risk whatsoever.
No cost at all.
No.
And your items that you perhaps just don't even look at, they've been in a drawer for years, have been in the attic for years, all of a sudden make you some money and you think, oh gosh.
Yeah, and the biggest risk is actually not doing it.
Yes.
The biggest risk is not signing up. The biggest risk is not, actually going around the house and going through some of these things and, and sending them through.
And we've got quite a lot of jewellery, but we've got pens here.
Pens, fountain pens, we buy lots of different things. And if that pen there didn't have a top on it, that's quite all right as well. And if it didn't have a nib in it, that's quite all right as well.
So something we would throw in the bin.
Yes, and we'll take it. And if your watch comes in and it doesn't work, it doesn't matter. And if the watch comes in and it's not got a strap on, it doesn't matter. We don't, we'll buy all of those things.
And you use everything, don't you? Or
everything.
Repurpose it or rehome it.
Rehome it, that's right.
I love that.
Yeah. Even like a teddy bear, threadbare, we'll take it. It doesn't really matter. An empty box, a full box, some silver plate, some costume jewellery, some real jewellery. We've got brass and copper and silver plate. Literally everything it helps you to do it all in one.
Yeah, and you don't need to know if it's gold or silver or gold plated or silver plated.
No, people don't need to know.
You know, and you've got all your experts to check everything. How fabulous is that?
And I found things like this in my parents' house and thought, well, is it costume jewellery? Would it be worth anything? But you can tell us that, can't you?
Sean, you wouldn't believe how many people throw it away.
Yeah.
More people throw it away than send it to us.
Awful.
Just put it in. Get in the bin. I don't want it. Get in the bin. It's no good. Give it to the charity shop or send it here. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to send it to, that's fine as well. But no disrespect, when we trade with it, a lot of charity shops send us boxes, and I know from what comes in them that the charity shop might put the stuff out, and you know they don't have the experience of knowledge, the years of knowledge, like Mark, 40 or 50 years in the trade, and David nearly 80 years in the trade. He'll love that when he hears that. No, but we've got years and years of this wonderful knowledge that we can tap into, and we know the value. And whereas if somebody goes and gives it away or does something with it, they just don't know, or car booting or something.
Well, you hear that sometimes with charity shops. Someone will go in like yourself and find an item that's just on the shelf for like 50p, and it could be worth a fortune. It's knowing, isn't it?
It's knowing. You know, people make a living going in charity shops, buying things and reselling them.
Reselling them,
And you were saying, on a whole, it's what we think looks worth a fortune isn't, and actually what we think isn't worth a fortune can be.
That's right.
So we don't know, and to send it all in, pop it into a box, and it's so easy to know what you can and can't.
I mean, that watch you talked about earlier is the perfect example, isn't it?
You can't know everything. When the plumber comes to my house and fixes the sink and he charges me 300 quid, I don't know. Whether that's I don't know, because I'm not a plumber.
In fact, you don't know something. That's great.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah. You put that on, try it.
Don't tempt me.
So the people that sent this didn't realise how much it was worth?
No idea. Absolutely no idea whatsoever. They know now because the money's in the bank.
How amazing.
And they're spending it.
What a lovely
cause.
And enjoying it.
They went on holiday.
Oh,
Did they?
too right.
With the proceeds.
And what sort of money was that? And obviously this is just giving you...
5 figures.
5 figures, enough said.
Yeah. Wow. And this is all you need to do it. Get your postage pack, your free postage pack, put all your items into a box. It could be a camera, it could be an old record player, old speakers,
but there's
clarinet.
xylophones, clarinet, a saxophone, a guitar. Doesn't matter. I mean, there was some made in the 60s. There were some Beatles. There were souvenir guitars that have got they're just
wow.
We get them and they can be worth £200 and £300.
No way.
Just a souvenir guitar. Yeah, people collect all sorts.
And so many people have already used the service.
Yeah, well, we've had over 600 and I think nearly 700,000 people have signed up to it.
And that's why there's so many.
And how much money have you given away?
Oh, it's more than that, 20 million.
We've changed that.
Have you changed it to 30?
Over 30 million.
Oh, well,
there we go.
We did 10 million last week.
If only.
It's now 30 million pounds to spend with the public, and that's increasing massively all the time because the number of boxes.
1,000 boxes a day.
And I bet you get a lot of return customers as well. We're so busy.
Yeah.
Do check out the 5-star reviews. There's over 16,000 of them. So let's have a little look at those.
Hi. I recently used Vintage Cash Cow to sell some of my late mother's items, some custom jewellery, some nice jewellery, and some cameras, binoculars, old coins, lots of things really from when we cleared the house out and that we didn't really want. The service was quick and easy. They sent us the postage labels, you pack everything in your box, put your postage labels on, get the box collected, and they get back to you very quickly, 3 days in fact, with an offer of £78, which I accepted. The money was going to go towards spoiling the grandkids, and I'm very pleased with the service. Thank you very much.
I'd heard about Cash Cow. I think I heard an advert on LBC, and also quite a few adverts on Facebook, which I follow. I've sent you some costume jewellery, which I've had for years and years, many things never worn, and some lorgnettes belonging to my late mum, and some pearls and some sterling silver. I think there's a couple of decorative pens, and sent it off to you in a small box, and I look forward to hearing from you, which I did. A very nice young man called me and made me a reasonable offer, which I accepted. And the whole transaction was quite painless and quite exciting in a way. I have got quite a lot more items to gather together to send to you, which I shall do in the next few weeks. It's just a question of finding time to do. Look forward to dealing with you again, and I have no hesitation in recommending you to friends. And I'll probably spend the money on this little fellow here who I spoil quite often. Thank you very much.
Oh, she was lovely.
You know that lady?
I've met her. She's from Barnes. and I've actually met her.
Brilliant.
She's a wonderful
Lovely lady.
Really, really nice lady.
These testimonials that you have,
It's
everybody's
lovely.
so pleased.
The greatest thing about these, we've found over the course of time, it's better that people that have used the service tell other people about. It's
Yeah.
easy for me to say it.
Yeah.
It's
Of course
easy for
it
me.
is, yeah.
But when people, and we've got thousands
Word of
them,
mouth.
Yeah.
and hundreds of people are happy to do it.
Yeah.
They're happy to
Isn't
let
that
people
great?
know, and that's very special as well.
Yeah.
It really is
Definitely.
special.
And lots of them just say how great your team are, how helpful you are. No question is a foolish question, is it?
No, you can't ask any. There's no foolish question at all, because if you just ask the questions, we're there for you. The UK-based team are there. They're waiting to take your calls. They're waiting to talk to you, and they're not waiting to talk to you. They're not selling you anything.
No.
They're actually
No.
giving you some
They're
money.
giving you
They're
something.
telling you
Yeah,
how
yeah.
to make some
Brilliant.
money, which you don't normally get that. How many phone calls do you get a day? Hello, I'm just calling about this. And I want to do that. Or
Yeah,
sell you. We
absolutely.
don't do that.
It's
We're
the
actually
opposite,
calling
really.
It's the other way around.
Yeah.
For us.
To help,
Now-
to help you get a good box.
We've got a box here, haven't we? And this is an actual box that came in.
This is an actual box that came in, and I'm privileged because I looked half an hour ago when we did, but I know what's in here. It's quite a valuable box, so
Great.
This came in. But I would imagine, well, I know that the person that sent it in didn't really know the value of it. They
Right.
didn't know what they were going to get. So they've sent some of their things. They've obviously sent some family things, some old things, and then they've sent something that's belonged to a family member that they won't have known, because I know that the camera found out that the camera came from a family member, and they just weren't sure about it, so they put it in.
Right.
But this camera that is in here is quite remarkable.
And it's very cool looking, isn't it?
Well, it's a medium format one, and all your guys here are now. This is by quite a famous.
There was a deep indraw of breath in
Yeah,
the gallery
there was.
when they saw this.
They were
brand.
quite excited.
Yeah.
I should make sure you get that home.
It's a Hasselblad camera, which are quite expensive, medium format. So photographers at weddings and things like that
Yeah.
are using this. This is quite a professional
Right.
piece, so that's quite valuable in itself.
That looks
But
great.
what makes this box, where I showed you one before, where it had a silver-plated teapot. This is actually
Right.
solid silver.
Okay.
Because again, sometimes we don't know if they are silver or not, do we? Us personally
Well,
at home.
you wouldn't know. It's like
No.
the analogy with the plumber. I don't know how much it costs to fix
Yeah.
my sink. So
Yeah.
I know it's silver because it's got a big lion in, and it doesn't say EP&S on because you've got electroplated nickel silver, and then because it's a bit of a minefield. Then you've got electroplated Britannia metal,
Right.
and then you've got EP&S. You've got so
You need
many
to know.
different, and then it says EP on some things. You just don't know. But quite clearly, the lion's on there. It's silver, so you know you've got quite a bit of money there. £150 or so.
Really? About
Yeah,
£150?
yeah.
Wow.
Just in metal value, because nobody's going to drink tea out of it.
No.
That day's over. And then we've got a beautiful period inkwell.
Oh, that's
Well, that's nice.
Oh, right, yes,
here.
lovely.
And this is the bit I like in here. This is quite nice.
What's
we can have
that?
We'll be ready for this.
Little snifter.
Oh,
We'll have a little
yes.
swig of the old whiskey. Now, that's not particularly old, that's, 20, 30 years old.
But will that still be worth something?
It's worth something, and we will sell it.
Fabulous.
Bit of coral jewellery in there. And this is
Right.
quite nice. This is a scent bottle. I know you've stolen my glasses off me.
We have.
Do you want
no,
the
no,
glasses?
no,
We
no,
can
no,
get them
look.
back for you.
So this is a beautiful scent bottle.
That's
with
pretty.
some wonderful images
Oh,
on.
that's
This is
gorgeous.
beautiful.
And that's
Let me,
coloured
let,
glass.
let
you
me
can
show
actually
this to the camera.
Send something like that to you.
Yes.
If
But make
you
sure
can-
it's well packaged so it doesn't
You
get
wrap it up
broken.
really well, yeah.
This is so detailed. That's why I want you to see
Stunning.
it.
Beautiful.
And different
then-
detail on each
And what
side.
sort of price would that be?
That's going to sell for 80 to 120 or something like that. But if you put it in an auction and it made 100, you'd come out with maybe £70 or so. See,
Of course, the commissions,
all
yeah.
go away, and you might have to wait 12 weeks for the auction.
So there's no commissions, no,
No fees,
fees.
no
Oh,
charges.
what's this? This looks pretty.
This is a little Wedgwood brooch with a silver frame on it.
Oh, that's pretty.
A little bit more inky stuff here. That's another little inkwell. Look, you put your ink in there.
Oh.
That's lovely.
Just be careful with that one. I think the glass is broken on the top. But these
And again, with that, because that's a little bit damaged, but that still would be
still like
worth.
a five quid or 10 quid. It's still, but people.
No.
That's what it all adds
You
up,
would.
isn't
You'd
it?
look at that and think, well, there's
Yes.
it's a bit damaged. It's probably
That's
not
it.
worth a thing.
But the money's in these
throw it
bits
away.
here.
Oh, hey up.
So
Wow.
I
have
only
we
saw
got
this
here?
here, but in here you've got a gold coin worth.
Well, I dropped that.
Not in your purse, I hope. A couple of £100.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have a clue, would
No,
you?
not at
Imagine
all.
if you
Look
had
at
that in a
that.
bag of coins.
I
We
would
find
just.
them in bags of coins. People
Yeah.
will put them in bags of copper coins and things like that. And
I just think that was a
little
really
gold-
shiny
yeah.
coin.
Yeah. And then you've got a gold Amiga wristwatch
Oh,
there.
let's have a look at that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then you've got a little bag of coins in here. We know that's got...
So was that in there?
No, it actually wasn't on this one, but we have had...
So they had an idea, perhaps, that it might have been special.
Maybe, yeah. And I can see that in this one here, look, I'm just seeing, looking through, there's a big silver coin in there. So that's silver, but all the rest of those in there, look, there's some euros in there. So
oh, gosh.
Right.
Old holiday money. And they've just mixed it up, and then we take it all.
And notes as well.
And banknotes, and we separate it all out.
So that one would be...
20 quid.
Fabulous. I've got a bag of coins.
You have?
Yeah.
So,
brilliant.
and like this one here, this is in excess of £1,000, this box.
God.
Wow.
And you wouldn't send coins on their own, really?
No, we don't take coins on their own.
They're part of the box.
They have to be part of a box.
But nice bag full in your box.
Yeah, but you can see why, because you've got a nice watch, you've got a coin.
Yeah, what a collection,
camera, you've got a nice piece of silver in there.
I've got a gold coin.
Yeah, you have indeed.
No, you haven't. Put it back in the bag. Not that bag. It had its own bag.
That needs to go in that special bag.
And remember, that exclusive that we've got for you means you get an extra £25 on the value of your box.
Yes, so this was £1,000, it'll be £1,025.
There you go.
Every little helps. If it's £50, it'll be £75. That's why you should take advantage and make sure you use that code Shop On Now. Vintage Cash Cow is getting bigger and bigger. You've probably heard the radio adverts, or you might have even seen this TV advert that we're going to show you now.
Have a look.
My favourite thing about Vintage Cash Cow is the ease. I sent cameras and gold chains, silver. That's my phone.
Is it?
They make it terribly easy because you can sell everything in one go. I mean, Vintage Cash Cow really is a brilliant idea. I mean, the money's obviously very nice, so I'm a happy bunny with it.
Hi, my name's Nick Mellors. I'm antique specialist at Vintage Cash Cow. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to make some money selling your old valuables using the Vintage Cash Cow website. So, how does it work? Step 1, go to the website and sign up for your free postage pack. Step 2, fill any box with any items you want to send. Step 3, post your box or arrange to have it collected. Step 4, receive your offer within just 3 days. Step 5, accept the offer and have the money in your bank the same day, or decline the offer and have the items posted back to you free of charge.
These two are gossiping away here, aren't they?
They are troublesome.
It is nearly 3 o'clock in the morning.
They're keeping themselves awake, aren't you?
You've done very well.
You are.
Very well.
Probably in bed for 9:30.
No, 8:30, come on.
We've really kept you up then, haven't we? You've not got long left, and you've not got long left.
No.
You have got, to get that £25 off, we have got 24 hours. Best thing is to do it right now, though, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. If you've got the opportunity and you've got the chance, don't even think about it. The biggest mistake is not doing it, because it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
There's no cost to you.
No,
you know,
not
so
at all.
Everything is completely free.
All you're going to do is provide the box and provide the goods.
It's like you're getting a free valuation, and if it's not the right price that you wanted, they'll even send it back for free. It's amazing. But we will run back through that as well. We've got a table full of goodies. And we've got the two men that know. Wow, what have we got?
I know what he's going to go for here. Tell us about these here, Mark, because Mark knows an awful lot about medals.
So here we got a very, very famous medal.
We'll pick it up for you.
This is called the Distinguished Flying Cross. So that was issued in First and Second World War. Many of the Battle of Britain pilots could have been awarded that medal.
Wow.
And if it had other medals with it in a named group, it's worth a lot more money. There's little things like that that make the difference. The reason is because then we can research the medal with the names on the other medals. This is an issued name. It would only been put on privately if somebody paid for it to be done, but they are never issued named.
Wow.
And it's beautiful, as well as the history behind it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely stunning.
And then you go to the two medals by the side of it. Now, there is a bit of history. That's the Egypt medal with the Khedive
Are they together?
star.
Is that
They're
what
together.
it is?
They would have been awarded to the same guy. His name will be on the edge of this medal. This medal is issued unnamed the star. That's in bronze. The other medal is in silver. So this one, with the bar on that tells you where, if it was a battle bar or a station bar, this is probably a battle bar, and it will tell you that this guy served in this battle, and it will also say it's got his name and rank and regiment on the side. Around about I think it's 1882.
I think it's 1882.
Yeah.
Exactly
Oh,
that. God, you're
good
good.
lad.
My word. And I didn't even let you look.
I did not look earlier.
You're amazing.
I believe
The camera keeps coming to show you at home, and I'm actually having a look at you. I'm like that. I'll show you. I'll show you too.
Don't move
That's fabulous, isn't it?
And
How
lots of
fantastic.
collectors, isn't there?
Oh yeah, medals collected throughout the world. I mean, the British medals are quite special because you've got so much to research.
Yeah.
And you can nowadays people can research them with the Army Records Office. You know, people spend a lot of time doing that. But also the great thing about these, you'll be surprised how many medals are actually thrown away. Because people, it breaks my heart.
Oh,
it breaks my heart.
And would you be happy to tell them the story?
Of course.
So that'd be amazing as well, wouldn't it, to know actually?
Yeah, if you didn't know.
I think if I'm right, I think Mark will confirm this. I think with the likes of medals, for collector's side, the art of the pleasure in collecting them is finding out who got awarded, what battle, what he did, and then having them in the collection. And the kind of, I mean, we have a guy that works with us, Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just a prolific medal collector. But he loves a certain type of medal from a certain age. He's from Yorkshire, so he collects Yorkshire Regiment medals.
Wow.
But what he likes to do is he likes to go into all the archives.
The archives,
and he finds out what they did and where they were and what war. And that's the thing the collector gets out of them. But on the other side of that, medals, I think 20 years ago or 10 years ago were probably a little bit better because a lot of the collectors are passing on. They're not there anymore.
No, they are. No, that's very, very true.
Mark sees that all the time. So, you know, it's a bit of
it's a shame.
The younger ones coming through and collecting them.
That might be another reason that you see a lot more medals.
I think it is a big reason. It's a shame because they don't really know what they are and they don't know what's behind it. And so, you know, a lot of there isn't that interest.
Doesn't have
It's
that
like
connection.
a story, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
There's so much to a medal.
But the old guys now, see, a lot of the older collectors are now passed away and, you know, people don't know what they're worth. So the beauty of it is they can send them to us and we know what they're worth. And then they get the real value and, you know, if they want to sell it, they can sell it. If not, it's all free. It goes back otherwise.
You know, they can always try an eBay or an auction house. They've still got that possibility. That's the beauty of our service.
Of course.
You know, you don't have to sell it. So
You're not
take it back.
tied,
You're
are
not
you?
tied to it. And if you prefer to put it on eBay or something, then.
But if this was one box, it'd take you forever, wouldn't it, on eBay, and then send some things off to gold. And you will happily have a look at all of this.
All of this, that's right.
Which is fantastic.
And when you talk-
and so much more as well.
Something that everybody's got, I think, is watches, isn't it? And it's not just those big top-end watches. They can all be part of your box.
They can even be broken watches.
You know, but there can be a movement from a watch.
Right.
Just
That's
send the movement
worth
if you
something.
need. Yeah, it's
Oh,
all got
gosh,
value
yeah.
because we can take that movement and it's got some parts in it, and a watchmaker might want it to put in some other parts of another watch, so everything gets reused. So
I
and that's
love
the
that.
beauty. So nothing's too big, nothing's too small.
So
Even
if you've got like a record player, an old record player,
yeah, a gramophone, you know, with a big horn on the top of it or something like that, you can always put those in. There's literally, we'll have a look at anything for you. We'll tell you the price that we're prepared to offer for it, and if you want to sell it to us, we just pay you and the money's in the bank the same
I
day.
just thought we've got
that's amazing.
a ukulele.
Oh yes, can you spell ukulele?
No.
Not this
I
time
certainly
of night.
can't.
I'm not even going to try.
But we've got one.
It's 5-3 man. What are you trying to do to me?
No. We actually have done that at a minute to 3.
We can't spell it, we can't play it.
No, but we can buy it.
You can buy it.
Perfect. We need to box it, send it, and sell it.
Yeah, that's it. Don't bin it, box it, get it.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. And all those things that you don't use, that you don't look at, and they can be so, there's such variety. Go on their website, honestly. It's vintagecashcow.co.uk and have a look at the items that they do accept. Have a look at the things they don't accept. Quite easy, really. Once you flick through it, you think, but actually, if you go onto what they do accept, you can click onto each item.
And it goes into more detail.
There's such variety.
You know, just so many, and what not to send, and what to send, and there are items getting added to this range all of the time as well. So somebody might have used the service before, and then they might not have sent something, and then they look on the website. Oh, you take this now. Oh,
Yeah.
and then
So it expands all the time.
It expands all the time, and we're getting experts in all.
I was going to
like
say,
that.
you then have an expert in that
I
field.
mean, a big thing that's starting to come now that's going to happen in the next 12 months. things from the 80s and 90s, you know, video games and PlayStation, that type
yes,
of stuff.
of course.
That's all coming back, and you know, there's lots of it to do. So there's going to be lots coming. There's lots planned.
But there's loads of choice there, and it gives you
Yes.
loads of idea on the website. However, the team are amazing. If you ever want to ring up or just chat online or email in with a question, honestly do it, because you are an amazing
I'd just like
team.
to say, we think you're an amazing team too.
Oh,
Thank you very
you're
much.
fabulous. Thank
Yes.
you. Bless
Thank you for joining
It's
us.
been an absolute pleasure, because it's
Yeah,
been our
really
very
nice.
first
Yeah.
Vintage Cash Cow
We've enjoyed being
show.
And we've been so busy as well.
You had to get
which
more
is a
people
bonus.
in the phone centre.
Did we
Had
put
to
two
wake
more?
people
We
up.
woke some people up. We did. We woke a few people up.
So you weren't waiting too long. How great is that? Because we were that busy.
Now, let's recap how easy it is to get involved. And if you want to get the offer...
It's free. Everything's
It's free, yeah, it's
Everything's
brilliant.
free. So it's all you do is call. It's either 0800 246 5508, or you can go to the website vintagecashcow.co.uk for your free postage labels. But when you do get in touch, make sure you use that code that's under that £25, which is ShopOn, because that will give you an extra £25 on the value of your box.
Yeah.
So if your box is worth £50,
You get £75.
if your box is worth £75,
You get £100.
if my box is worth £200,
You get £225.
I like it, but only for 24 hours, so only up until midnight. However, you know tomorrow will be busy and you'll forget. Do it right now, because you'll kick yourself on Wednesday.
You
missed
must
out.
use the code.
It's like you threw £25 away.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's on
Can
your
we
field.
go back?
Oh,
Can we
it's
go
all
back to-
going on
oh, actually,
now.
No, take a picture of that, because you can see it there, look. Sign up on the next 24 hours, but remember it finishes at midnight. And the code's there, the
Yep, shop
website's
on
there,
code.
and your photographs there, and your phone calls there, your phone number.
Phone
that's
number,
the word.
dear.
And this is giving you an idea of boosting your box as well.
Yeah, tells you what to put in.
All the extras
I
to
like
make that
it.
box worth more. And you will get a call. They'll advise you what to put
Take
in
a
your box.
photo of that one.
That's very important.
That's a
that one.
really good one.
Take a lot of photos.
And in the morning, text that to all your family and
Yes.
friends.
Look at
and
this
tell 'em,
team.
have you heard of Vintage Cash Cow?
They're all here.
And tell them what they,
They'll get some money for telling the friends as well.
Hey, even better.
Oh gosh, yes, get onto their website. Honestly, absolutely phenomenal. And what a team.
Yeah, and we've got to say a huge thank you. Thank you so much for joining us at this ridiculous time of the evening.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure to have you
I
all
want to
here.
take you all home.
Ah,
It's been an absolute
it's
pleasure.
a joy. We're all going out
It
now, aren't we?
Yeah. I was going to say we're all going to bed, but that's not quite right, is it?
Hey. So make sure you go to the website vintagecashcow.co.uk.
Don't miss out on making things into cash.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.